professional.
I mean, we could just find a website and order a bunch of it ourselves.
You could, but you're taking a big risk. You don't know the quality, the fit, the timeline. It's a roll of the dice.
Yeah, I guess, but isn't that how everyone does it now?
Not the ones who actually care about how their brand looks. Look, if we're putting our name on it, it needs to be done right. We need SM Athletics.
SM Athletics?
Yeah, they specialize in working with businesses like ours. Apparel, hats, promo gear, but real, customized stuff. They actually care if it turns out right.
Probably a lot better than getting stuck with 100 t-shirts with crooked logos.
Exactly. Plus, they'll walk you through everything. Sizing, colors, material, so it matches the image we're trying to build.
Makes sense. What's the name again?
SM Athletics. Trust me, if you want to look like a real company, not a flea market stand, this is the move. If you're serious about your brand, work with people who are serious about getting it right. SM Athletics.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
WKGN 1340. Go Vols!
You're tuned in to East Tennessee's premier sports radio call-in show. This is The Drive.
And hello, good afternoon, and welcome to another stellar edition of The Drive here on Fan Run Radio. Russell Smith punching the time clock. It's 3 p.m. on a Wednesday afternoon edition of the show. Trying to type out Wednesday on my show tweet here online as I'm saying Wednesday. That did not go well. Who decided to put an N in the middle of Wednesday? Wednesday? It doesn't make any sense. Wednesday edition of The Drive. Live here on Fan Run Radio. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Russell Smith. I already say this. Trying to do too much here at once.
Too much multitasking.
What do you think? Yeah. Russell, you know you can only have a one-track mind. I think you can do two things at once, man. Come on, dude. Play to your strengths. Play to your strengths. Don't try and do too much. Bob Baskerville here. Walker Smith through the glass. Bear has the day off. So it'll just be the three of us, the three best friends that anyone could have. Russell, Bob, and Walker with you here. We got Trey Wallace set to join the festivities a little bit later on in the program this afternoon. We'll see what that knucklehead's been up to.
Always something with Trey.
Yep. It's a very pink shirt you've got on today, Bob.
It is.
It is a it is a bold man who can pull off pink. I don't think I can do it. That really cool inward half, what do they call the azalea?
Yes.
That's the closest I've come to do it. You got to have some confidence, some swagger. I think you're working it, man.
I appreciate it.
You're looking good. See, I'm trying to build you up today. Since in Bear's absence, I'm going to need a little bit more out of you, so I'm trying to give you a fine reputation to live up to.
Mm-hmm. I appreciate it. I got no issue with
look good, feel good, play good.
Yeah, I got no issue wearing a pink shirt, obviously.
Bob Baskerville rocking the pink this afternoon. Walker, I've got the afternoon glare here. I can't really tell what you're wearing, but I'm sure you look very handsome in there.
Thank you. I believe I do. Rocking a little green. I will say it's hard not to pull off some inward half pink. I mean, that's one of the best. What's my new favorite item of clothing I've gotten is that pink inward half hoodie.
They do make it easy. They do make it easy on you. Let's go to the Fan Run breaking news desk here right off the top. This is going to be a good one. We start with a trip to the breaking news desk.
It's the final now.
Portugal and the Congo have drawn at the Quadrennial Global International Soccer Championship Tournament. That's kind of a huge upset. The Congo.
Yeah, draws are in fashion in this World Cup. It's like the other day we had the first day with four draws since the 1950s, and today another small country draws one of the favorites. And this one was a little different because Portugal they looked bad. They looked like they
Ronaldo a little bit washed at this point.
a little bit. They say they have a little bit of a Ronaldo problem with the amount that they play him.
Well, he's not any older than Messi, out of shape than Messi, right? And Messi's still out there pulling off a hat trick last night. What's up with that?
Oh man. Well, it just
It was a clinic last night for
our
the name players, right?
Yeah.
Him and
Holland had a
Mbappe.
brace, Mbappe had a brace, and Messi with his first World Cup hat trick, which is unreal to see that at 38, 37, however old he is.
Unreal indeed. We will keep you up to date at the World Cup as we've got England and Croatia. I need to go find this England team news. I've been looking forward to that. It's a big matchup, Bob. The Croatians were in the final of this tournament in 2018, I believe. Luka Modric, ageless wonder.
Another one.
Everybody's getting fired up for the big Fan Run Radio listener watch party coming up Friday afternoon down at Barley's.
I told Walker, I told Russ this morning, I've tried to absorb a little more of the non-USA soccer.
I love it.
Felt like yesterday I was being a little petulant with everybody about it.
I'm glad you came to that realization yourself, Bob, and we
you.
didn't have to shame you.
Any game catch your eye yesterday? Anyone catch your eye? You watching the World Cup?
No. Other than, I saw some of the Messi stuff, the highlights there, but no, I'm not quite there yet.
Well, I'll say even I was kind of tuned out of that game. Kind of a no contest there. Had to get my full hate watch on with Texas and Alabama, Georgia going at it.
Texas, by and large, I mean, I know they won.
Think they came up small?
Yeah, I would say so.
Poor Schloss. Headed home again.
Yeah. So weird. If you would have told me going into Omaha who's going to go home first between Oklahoma and Texas, I think we know the answer. We would have said Oklahoma without a doubt.
You got to hit in this. I mean, we've been there, right? At a certain point, you've got to hit. And I thought both teams looked a little bit nervous, a little bit scared through most of that game. It's kind of a pitcher's duel. But Georgia started eking out. They're going to score 3 or 4 runs, and you've got to score runs.
Yeah.
If you're Texas in that situation, they had who's their 2-hole hitter
for Texas?
Yeah, I'm blanking on the kid's name, but obviously, most teams these days put one of, if not their best hitter in the 2-hole. He got up there in a situation last night with runners in scoring position and just looked at 3 straight strikes.
Oh.
And went back.
I mean,
terrible at bat.
Was he the one that got up to the 3-0 count? And
no, he just looked at three strikes.
Because that was another one. There was a batter, I forget which one it was for Texas, got to a 3-0 count when it was ball 3. He started looking at the picture, shaking his head.
That was the guy who was up next.
Yeah. Then he struck out on 3 straight pitches after that.
I thought he lined out to right. Anyway,
no.
He struck out.
Not this guy.
Yeah.
No.
Well, they did come up small last night. So Georgia will play Oklahoma. Got to beat them twice, which I kind of think they're going to do. I mean,
Georgia,
that glass slipper has to wear off, or whatever the Cinderella analogy is, right? At some point, that Oklahoma team, they can't have any pitching left, right?
I mean, it's baseball, man. It's
Well,
the most random postseason sport you can find. I wouldn't put it past just one guy from Oklahoma to go out and shove for a game. All you need is one of them.
And by all accounts, if you look at Georgia's pitching usage, they're in pretty good shape.
Georgia is?
Yeah, they haven't used that many arms so far. So that I would say that gives them an advantage. I'd say if Oklahoma doesn't do it in that first game, then yeah, I agree. I think they're probably gonna lose 2 to Georgia.
And then you got North Carolina on the other side. Troy goes home yesterday, so West Virginia has to beat North Carolina twice. Feels like the Tar Heels are our best chance to live to see one of our ops not win the national championship.
Yeah, and they're really good. They're up 5-1 right now in the
Yeah.
bottom of the third. I mean, I would expect them to keep cruising. They're a wagon. North Carolina is. They're peaking at the right time, even though they've just been
Pitching,
good all
man.
year.
I mean, whatever level of baseball you're talking about, pitching is paramount.
Good pitching beats good hitting every time.
Poor country roads.
I think they're okay with it.
I mean,
I'd be taking the country roads home back to Morgantown.
Hey, I love what that's awesome what they do with that. I mean, it's become a whole brand unto itself now for West Virginia baseball, but I know they do it for all their sports, but it seems like it's gotten most people's attention now. But yeah, they're I'm just looking at the stats at the moment. It's not looking good.
No.
Feels like North Carolina's dealing. They've only allowed 3 hits so far.
Not looking good for our heroes from West Virginia, as North Carolina trying to punch its ticket to the championship series. So when is the first? Does Oklahoma Georgia play tonight?
Yeah, 7 p.m.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
I think
I'm all in.
The finals begin on Saturday.
I'm really bummed Bear isn't here because first of all, I wanted to see if he could find the Congo on a map. He was so adamant and sure of himself that he could find Senegal on a map, and then he backpedaled faster than Deion Sanders. There's no way he could find the Congo, right? I can't find. I know it's Central Africa somewhere in there, but I ain't finding that on a map.
No,
it's been 25 years since I've been in any sort of classroom.
Yeah, I am struck often by his
just completely irrational self-confidence.
So much confidence, and then when you double down and say, "Okay, elaborate," it's like I don't know.
Crumbles quickly.
Yeah.
We love you, Bear. We'll see you
do.
tomorrow, hopefully. We're going to talk about these recruiting rankings that are out. Chadwick Vol on Twitter wants us to discuss. We kind of discussed this yesterday, but I feel like it's a topic that could be fleshed out a little bit more. Tennessee, if you're looking at the recruiting rankings for the class of 2027, which, I mean, this is the new calendar we were like, that stuff is kind of wrapping up.
Yeah.
Signing day isn't until December, but most of these kids, 80-90%, it feels like, want to get their commitment out of the way before they start their senior season, which, hey, like summer camp for those kids opens here in like 2 weeks in July because they start playing in August.
Yeah.
So a lot of this is wrapping up. We have a minor update on the David Gabriel George saga. Good news for Tennessee, not great news, good news. I'll go ahead and say he's canceled his visit to Georgia this weekend. So this has always been, if you followed this recruitment, the folks in the know, despite what a couple of Ole Miss message boarders will tell you, this is a Tennessee-Ohio State battle. And it's interesting because the Tennessee recruiting gurus seem to think that Tennessee is in pretty good shape, and the Ohio State gurus seem to think the Buckeyes are in pretty good shape. I don't know.
Yeah.
You would say that the fact that he's at Baylor, an hour and a half from campus, is advantage Vols, but this kid's from Canada. He's only been in Baylor for a couple of years right now. His parents speak French, Quebec, Canadian, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you do with that? I don't know. But he announces this decision 5 weeks from today. So you got 5 weeks to finish it out. I can't help but wonder, Bob, like if in his mind, you think he knows where he's going to go and he's just playing this out? He set this arbitrary commitment date.
I don't know. I think.
Do you think he's really torn? Like he could go either way?
I'm trying to put myself in his shoes. I'd probably be torn. Because here's the thing. I mean, to your point, he is in the state of Tennessee right now, but his roots are not that deep in Tennessee. But there's something he must obviously like to have them in the mix. I mean, I hate whenever I see Ohio State, quite honestly, when they're in the mix on some of these players, I tend to get pretty down.
Yeah.
Because
we've beaten them. We beat them for
Sanders,
David Sanders. Yeah. Did we not beat them for somebody else in this year's class? Oh, we beat them for Chaz Coleman, which, I mean,
Yeah.
Now that's not looking so great. But at the time, that was a big upset. Everybody's just assumed, the kid from Ohio, like they'll get him.
I'm just thinking kids these days, I know we won a natty in 90, 98, but it's like the kids that we're recruiting don't know any of that. It's, Ohio State's won a couple and they've won one just within 2 years. And I don't know. It really depends on what they're trying to achieve. Now there's all that chatter with DGG that he hit it off really well with Derek Owings. And if this whole thing is about getting you also prepared for the NFL, we know Heupel's a developmental guy for quarterbacks, but Owings is a developmental guy for just athletes, and as a player like a running back like DGG, that could be a determining factor. I think that's a big deal.
Well, and I think our success running the ball in the Heupel era, like if you look at the stats, sometimes it doesn't feel like it.
Yeah.
But the numbers don't lie. If you look at them, we're one of the best rushing football teams, I would say, in the past 5 years. Like, if like average yards per season or per carry, like we're probably right there at the top. I would say that in the top 5 teams in all of college football. And now you've put multiple guys in the NFL, Jalen Wright, Dylan Sampson. You've taken a former walk-on, Deshaun Bishop, and turned him into an all-SEC guy. This offense features running backs. This offense produces big-time rushing numbers. And sometimes without ballyhooed prospects. David Gabriel George would be by far the highest-rated running back prospect that Josh Heupel's ever coached as a head coach. Anyway, I don't know. I'm sure he had some dudes when he was OC at Oklahoma, but as a head coach, this would be totally different. So you got to think simple reasoning would tell you that you plug in a super talented back behind a super talented offensive line with great receivers. If it's going to be Faison his second year as a starter in an offense that all it does is crank out 1,000-yard rushers, you would think that that would be very appealing to David Gabriel George.
A couple of things to factor in too, and this is some listener input and certainly appreciate it, and it's a no-brainer when you really think about it. Brent V3 says no state income taxes here too, which is funny because we've always talked about that with professional athletes, but these guys are kind of semi-professional athletes at this point, and that does matter when you're getting a big chunk of money that you don't have to give a bunch of it back. So I think that's a big deal. The other one too, and this just came in from Jordan Moore, and this was talking about Rusty Manziel's report, which you mentioned about Gabriel George not going to Georgia this weekend. This was earlier today from Wiltfong's daily drop. Quote, Ohio State and Tennessee continue to battle for rivals number 2 ranked running back Gabriel Georges. I have a long-standing prediction in favor of the Buckeyes as they were the original front runner for the Chattanooga, Tennessee Baylor standout, but the Vols have more than closed the gap, with his uncle telling rivals last week that he believes Tennessee is out in front. Conversation continues with both the Buckeyes and Vols, and confidence around both programs remains that they can sign the elite tailback. So what you were saying, but I do think there's some factors here that are coming into play that that makes me feel kind of optimistic. I wouldn't say like over the moon optimistic, but I think we are right there.
I mean, one of those two coaching staffs is going to be devastated.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Because you have put well over a year, maybe 2 years into recruiting this kid, developing a relationship with him, with his family, a relationship that crosses borders, right, with his family in Canada. And you've invested a lot of money, a lot of time into it. And man, that's going to be a rough phone call for whoever gets the sorry, coach, I'm going elsewhere thing. And I would imagine they wouldn't stop recruiting him. But this does seem, everything I've read seems like it's a pretty good family situation. Doesn't seem like there's a lot of knuckleheadedness going on. I wouldn't think that he commits and then decommits and everything. This seems like a good spot, which on the heels of the Chaz Coleman thing, I think you have to pay more and more attention to as you go through. It's like, what kind of background does this young man come from? How mature is he? How is he going to adjust to handling the riches that we are about to bestow upon him, the status that is going to go along with him being a star athlete at the University of Tennessee? I just think that, going back to Nico and with a couple of others, Boo Carter, Chaz Coleman, that's something that increasingly you're going to have to do your homework on.
Yeah.
As a coach at any school is, hey, man, we're about to turn over a significant portion of our budget to who? What's this kid like? Is this a good investment? So that's interesting. Yeah. So Rivals, the industry team recruiting rankings from the SEC, Tennessee 10th in the SEC. We talked about that, I think 29th nationally, 10th in the SEC behind Ole Miss, Kentucky, LSU, Georgia, Auburn, Texas, Florida, Oklahoma, A&M. Were you at all?
I just would love to know what the criteria was here besides, what we think the obvious is, because having Kentucky at 8, having Alabama at 16 at the very bottom. Now, I know we've heard some stories that Alabama's been struggling to recruit, but they're Alabama, man. I just find that hard to believe that they're getting beat out by Mississippi State and South Carolina, for example, right now. So when I see that and I see us at 10, it just gives me pause thinking, I don't know, man. I'm wondering how they even set this thing up.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm looking at our list right now on Rivals, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 4-stars committed. Obviously, David Gabriel George you would think that would be a significant boost to our efforts. But I just go back to, and I put this on Twitter today, in the day and age of the transfer portal becoming more and more important, how much stock do we put in recruiting class rankings going forward? I used to put a tremendous amount of stock in it. It wasn't the be-all, end-all. Indiana's rankings weren't that high the past couple of years. And there have been teams, the Michigan team that won a national championship was like 15th in the 24/7 composite, where it took in their whole roster, So you don't have to be Saban, Alabama, Kirby's Georgia, or Ohio State to win a national championship, but you got to be up there. And I just think with Indiana and Miami and some of these teams, they've kind of, I don't want to say blown that out of the water. I'm not going to pretend that high school recruiting isn't important. It is, always will be, but I don't think it's as important. And I think, okay, you can sign the number 28 class on Rivals, 10th in the SEC. You could sign that today, and we've got 15 commitments. If you go and add 15 transfers after the season, and 7 or 8 of those guys are plug-and-play starters, it doesn't matter to me that you finish behind Kentucky in the high school recruiting rankings, because this is such a year-to-year thing anymore, Bob, that projecting 3 or 4 years down the line, which is what we used to do when it comes to talking about these recruiting rankings, it's just a fool's errand because you can flip these rosters so fast.
Yeah, and that's interesting too. A couple mentions on the live chat. GBO Kyle Beach says Tennessee was at about the same place this time last year and then finished strong. That's what they've done since Coach Heupel has gotten here. And then this is an interesting observation. This came from Chicken Chow Fun 16.
My go-to source for all of this.
Yes. The other risk with DGG is that whoever doesn't get him has also missed out on most of the other recruits. The vast majority of the elite class of 27 running back recruits are already committed. So to your point, because I think that's a fair observation, it does leave me to wonder, okay, if they do lose out on the DGG sweepstakes, then yes, I think then the notion is they're going to have to hit not a home run, but they're going to have to hit something big out of the portal for a running back for next year.
Keep in mind, you've got Deshaun Bishop. This is only his junior season.
True.
I don't think he projects as a guy that would leave early for the NFL. What do I know? Maybe I'm wrong there, but that's just my general feeling right there. So you could keep him, and you've got the kid from the mid-state. I'm blank on the name that played as Dwan Morris. You got him.
Yeah.
And I think that is a position running back that, again, plug and play. Hey, you miss on David Gabriel George. If I'm Heupel, I just put that money in my back pocket, hold on to it till December, and go get the best running back I can in the transfer portal next year.
That's right.
Plus, to answer his question, Asa Barnes is another guy, a running back out of Martin Westview. Shout out Jace Brown, who is also thought to be a Tennessee lean. You can sign 2 running backs. I mean, I remember the vaunted Jamal Lewis class. We signed, it was Jamal, Travis Henry, Travis Stevens, and I think Dominic Stevenson, 4 like top 100 recruits, 4 running backs all in the same class. Now that's the leather helmet days, I know, to Walker's generation, but you can't do that anymore. But you can sign 2.
Yeah.
You can sign 2, and Tennessee has generally played 2 running backs most of the time. I think we'll put a lot more on Deshaun Bishop's shoulders this year, but would love to hear some comments from the audience. You can text us on the live chat, YouTube live chat. Shout out to everybody watching on the Fan Run Sports YouTube channel. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button, like and subscribe while you're there, and you can give us a ring. Call us the old-fashioned way. 865-966-3435 is our phone number to get on the show today. 966-3435. Walker Smith will greet you as you call in on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon in East Tennessee. Doing the thing. Back with more Fan Run Radio right after this.
The Drive.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Be sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel by searching for Fan Run Sports.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Citizens National Bank.
Life is more fun with a Good Life account, offering extra benefits, including bank travel. Experience the trip of a lifetime to Ireland. Explore rolling green hills, historic castles, and charming villages across the Emerald Isle. Get in on the fun. Call 865-429-7935 today.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com. Vol fans.
fanrunradio.com, and on your free Fan Run app, a variety of ways for you to experience the program. If you miss any of it, go back and relive all the glory by listening to our podcast, available wherever you experience podcasts. It's brought to you by our friends at Broadway Carpets. Check out their wide selection of flooring and tile, as well as, you guessed it, carpet. Either their 2 area locations downtown on Broadway or in West Knoxville on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi. Well, they're having fun up in Boston. The parent company of Sam Adams said its Boston taproom ran out of the brand's flagship Boston Lager over the weekend because Scotland soccer fans in Boston for the World Cup drank 4 times as much beer as the bar usually sells.
We drank beer. I liked beer. Still like beer.
I mean, I'm sure you've all seen those videos on social media of them just singing in Fenway Park.
I love these videos of all these different nationalities. It kind of makes me sheepy and like, why can't we all just get along? I know it's like, maybe if we just turn the sports into a everyday thing, and we could just do that instead of fighting each other all the time. But no, I love it, man. I said the Argentinians taking over Arrowhead last night. Did you see like them chanting and singing in the stairwells? I mean, I love all that stuff. The Croatians marching today in Dallas.
I haven't seen that.
They've got like this huge flag, like as big as a football field, and just thousands of people marching to the stadium. It's unbelievable.
I love it.
My father-in-law, my Dutch father-in-law, I told you, like they played, he lives in Fort Worth, Texas, Dallas-Fort Worth. And the Netherlands national team played Japan there on Sunday. And I wanted to go so bad, but the tickets are just absurd, just obscene. I was telling my wife, it's like, listen, I'm not going to fly down there and pay $1,000 to get in and sit up at the top to watch that game, but your father should. Because he's like, that's his team. He's born there, like since he was 8 years old and all that stuff. And she's like, I know he should. Found out that he actually went. Like his my brother-in-law, I think, splurged for the tickets. Like, they're not playing here and us not go. So they went to that. I think a little bit disappointed with the 2-2 draw against Japan, but they got to go to like a big because the Dutch wear all orange. I told him, orange looks good on you, Pops. Like, but they have that famous double-decker bus he got to go on and do all the dancing and singing and everything. So he got to be a part of that.
I mean, I think it bears repeating for those who didn't hear it the other day. I was in New York when they were doing the opening rounds of the '94 World Cup, and I was getting up early to do my gig with Stern, and I would come out of the hotel I was at in Midtown Manhattan at 4:15, 4:30 in the morning on a Monday, and there was a bar across the street that was like a kind of a known Irish bar. Mm-hmm. You could not even get inside at 4:30 in the morning, and it was loud and raucous. The door was open. They were just
they're just getting after it, huh?
Yeah, man. And I mean, it's that's just, but that's a memory. I just smiled when I saw it. I was like, God, that's awesome, man.
Well, I think this World Cup is so much bigger than that one for 2 reasons. First of all, I think it's soccer's grown in popularity so much here in America since then that there's more of a foothold. It was such a unique thing. We were all like, what the hell is this in '94? Now it's like, okay, some people don't like it, but a lot of people do. At the social media aspect of it, like what you're talking about in '94, that would have been a viral video, right? Yeah. And I'm sure that stuff happened all over the place. We just didn't see it much.
Right. But it underscores what we're talking about. It's like, say what you want about, some people think like, I know there are not fans of soccer and all of that, but the truth is it's showing what a unifier it is too, so far, at least we haven't seen any violence yet, but
I'm sure there has been somewhere.
Oh, I'm sure.
Leave it to New York City. They'll stab a guy or two just for the hell of it.
Just wait for tomorrow. They got the parade tomorrow for the New York Knicks.
Yeah. It's daytime though. That helps usually.
I think there was a report that they are doing security checks to get anywhere near the parade. And you can't have there's no clear bags. There's no bags in general. It's nothing. It's just your phone, and your wallet.
They say that a New York parade is much like a Dothraki wedding.
Oh,
anything less than 3 deaths is considered a dull affair. So we'll see how that plays out. I thought I had a banger tweet this morning in the year of our Lord 2026, Patriots of Scotland, jet lagged and drunk, charged the fields of Fenway. They drank like warrior poets. They drank like Scotsmen and beat Haiti 1-0. Still haven't seen Braveheart yet, have you, Walker?
No, I haven't watched it yet.
I put so much effort into that tweet, Bob. I had to go find the video and transcribe it so I could get the quote right and everything. And I ended up, that's like, next thing I know, I'm just watching like video. You ever do that in a movie where you like watch a scene on YouTube and then you watch another scene? And pretty soon you've watched 9 scenes of movie clips and you feel like you've watched the whole movie.
That algorithm's a funny thing, man. That's going on with me right now with scenes from The Sopranos. They just keep feeding them to me.
Buddy, they've been feeding those to me for like 2 years and I watch them all all the time.
And they're not quickies. Like I'll look at the duration usually and be like, oh, it's a minute and a half. Yeah, I'll check it out. Some of these are like 4 and 5 minutes long, and it's like
those are my favorite ones.
But those are like rabbit hole.
Take the deep dive,
man. You're in trouble.
Buy the ticket. Take the ride. 865-966-3435. Your number, 966-3435. If you want to chime in on the program, at Big Dog West Tennessee says, where would we have been in the 98 season if we didn't have the Travises, Henry, and Stevens after Jamal Lewis went down?
So true.
I mean, that's why you were so good at that time. Is you weren't just good. Tennessee football wasn't just dominant on its front lines. You had depth.
Mm-hmm.
You get down the second, third, there's not much drop off. And I think that's kind of where Heupel finds himself right now. His starters are pretty good. Like if you pick up your Lindy's, your Athlon, you look at the starting lineups, like we compare favorably to the big boys. But man, once you start getting into that second string,
they're
a little bit of a drop off. So how do you build depth in the NIL portal era? That's something that he's going to have to deal with. Coast of All says you have to keep up with high school recruits. What happens when you flame out on a portal player or 3? You better have some upstart freshmen or red shirts that are hungry or you're screwed. Yeah, I mean,
I get what he's saying. I don't agree that means you have to show up high in the rankings, the recruiting rankings, but you've got to have a balance of both, which I think is what we're saying.
Well, I feel like it just puts more pressure on you to nail the 3-star guys, because those are the guys that you think might stick around for a little bit, because you're not going to get a 4 or 5-star guy in this era that's not going to play immediately. Like that's why we want to recruit DDG. That's why we recruited Faison. That's why we recruited Nico, is we want them to play as soon as possible.
Mm-hmm.
The 3-star guys, like these are guys that are trying to get their feet under them, figure out if they're diamonds in the rough, like what kind of players they are. And if we can nail these 3-star guys, that's where you find depth nowadays. You're not just going to be able to sign 24 and 5 stars like most SEC teams are, because everyone's paying them now. And so they can go wherever they want to get playing time and money.
That's been the number I've watched a lot in the past year, is looking at historically where Tennessee was in the portal and then where they are now. And I think we ended up with over 20 out of the portal this year. And I think that number I don't think we'll ever be like the Ole Miss numbers under Kiffin, which were super high, well over 30. But I could see us getting I'll be watching that closely in the coming years too. Are we going to stay in that 20 to 25 range? Because again, I think we're all saying this, you got to have a balance in this era. It's really, it's pretty critical at this point.
It is critical.
Yes, it is.
It's critical.
One of the Michael Moats, this is interesting too. Now, this was isolated to one position, but he said, I'm not worried about recruiting rankings these days. These services are hit and miss like the coaches are. Look at Nico's class. We've talked about this. None of those quarterbacks in that class have done much. Really, Arch Manning has been the one that's like still at the same school and everything else. And
But I mean, I think you just answered a big part of the reason why. It's like if Nico had stayed here and let Heupel develop him and just accepted the exorbitant amount of money that we were throwing at him and his dad hadn't freaked out.
Yeah.
I mean, he would be entering his third year as our starter. I mean, he might be raked. He'd be right there with Arch, and because he would have gotten better last year, and he would have been getting better this year. He'd be fine.
I mean, we don't want to admit it, but he got better at UCLA last year in his second
hell
half
of an
the season.
athlete. He's 6'5". He's got a rocket arm. He can run. I mean, his dad really screwed up his development, and maybe he makes it to the NFL anyway. He's just that talented, but he screwed up his son's development, and he screwed up our program.
Yeah,
quite frankly.
Another one from Coastal, or not from Coastal, from GBO Kyle Beach said that one of the things that may help us in the DGG sweepstakes is there's already like 3 guys on that Tennessee team that are teammates of his.
Yeah,
in high school.
Jemian Theodore is a freshman defensive back on this year's team, and I think we've got one other Baylor guy on the roster as well. So, yeah, he's got buddies that he wants to hang out with here, hopefully. Let's get a call from Phil. Good afternoon, Phil. You're on the drive. It's Fan Run Radio. What's up?
What do you say, David?
Hey, Philly.
How you and Bob doing?
Doing well, thank you.
Good, man.
Bear taking day off?
Yeah, Bear's tending to some things of his own. Hopefully he'll be back in the hot seat tomorrow.
Well, you're talking about football recruiting. It's I think this kid from Chattanooga is a make or break for Heupel. You got to get that guy.
Be a major gut punch to this fan base who's, you're looking for reasons to hope for the future. You always want the next big thing. We've got Juke Harris right now. We've got Trent Grenlinger and Appenzeller right now. Who are the guys in the future besides Faison Brandon that Josh Heupel is going to point to and say, look, we're still rolling here. We're still competing for championships because we're beating out the Ohio States of the world to land these types of guys.
Well, you look at if they have adequate quarterback play, they got good receivers. The offensive line is not bad. It all comes down, Bishop is a good running back, but you can't win a championship with him starting running back.
They've got, and we were talking about some of the depth there, Philly, and one that Houdat Vol just reminded us of was Javon Gordon from Tulane that came in too, and he looked pretty good in some of his action at Tulane, at least the video I saw. But none of them are DGG. Hey, Phil, I wanted to ask you too, and Russ as well, Walker, any of you. Do we think when we talk about the fact that this is a huge swing and a miss for Heupel if we don't get DGG, how high does this one rank? Do you think this one's more important than the Nico pursuit that happened? Because remember how much pressure we felt there was going to be on making sure we locked down Nico. Although there wasn't another school, maybe Oregon was in the mix.
Yeah.
But
this feels so much different. I mean, that was at the beginning of the NIL thing. Right. His NIL deal, which was rumored but never reported, was all very hush. I mean, we all know what this is. This is a bidding war for guys anymore. And again, I think DGG comes from better stock than Nico did. I think he'll have a better support system around him. So I would trust him more with that money and not to hold us up. Not just every year, but like every 6 months, like the Iamali Avas were doing to us. But man, I think it's a huge recruitment.
Well, I think that if you really look at it, go back to Butch Jones and T. Higgins, it's very similar.
Be kind.
Right in your backyard, position of need. Yeah. That's interesting comparison, Phil.
Hey, Phil, I saw yesterday you were on the live chat for a second. You were talking about, are you hearing some intel on jumping to basketball for a second on Harrelson, how he's looking?
Well, one I heard he might be the best player on the team. I mean, I don't know if that's just somebody blowing some smoke. What told me, I don't know, but sounds good anyway. Because I heard Duke Harris be your best player.
I'm I'm certainly high on Harrelson just because of the versatility standpoint. I mean, because he can do a lot of other things. Shooting outside may not be one of them yet, but that's interesting.
Sounds like we're going to have just a bunch of dudes who can attack the rim.
Yeah,
which I don't know that we've ever had that. I mean, we've had balanced teams and teams with a point guard, a shooter, and a post, and all that stuff. I mean, this just feels like we've got a bunch of guys who can just flat out take the ball to the hole.
Yeah, very athletic offensive roster, which we haven't had, I guess, since Grant and Amber and all those guys. They can put the ball in the hole.
It's exciting, man.
Maybe this is it, Philly. Maybe this is the year we've all been waiting for so long. The year it all comes together.
Well, it's about damn time, In the next one, so now it's time for Barnes to get the promised land.
It's the year of Phil, man. It's all coming up Philly.
That's right.
Before I get off here, Well, so what's wrong with the Braves? I mean, they got some injuries that they can't take care of. They need to make a trade. They got some people. I'd run Riley off. He can't hit nothing.
Oh, my God.
He's terrible.
You talk about the glass slipper wearing off. I mean, I'm just looking at it, Phil, right now, and okay, you get Acuna and Baldwin back, and maybe that'll solve some of your hitting problems, but I look at that pitching rotation, and aside from Chris Sale, who at some point is going to get hurt, I don't know, Phil.
Yeah.
We need pitchers.
Well, we need them on their bat, too. I mean, they're not hitting the ball now either. How can you go from being great to crummy in 1 2 weeks?
I don't know, but I mean, like the chop, it's barely audible. If Bear were here, I could probably hear him over it right now. Listen how quiet that is. I could barely hear. Walker, is that not juiced?
Are you playing something?
I can't hear anything.
What are you playing?
The Braves, they're so dull right now. You can barely even hear them.
Ugh.
I think it's there. Is that Is that it?
Russ, I'm surprised you're not down at Truist Park right now watching Tony Vitello. Sweet.
Do we have a score update there? Braves Giants got rained out playing a doubleheader today down in the
6-2 in the top of the ninth, and the Giants are threatening. They got runners at first and third.
Tony Vitello, what are you doing? First you leave us, and now you got to come down here and drive the stake through our heart. We're going to get caught by the stinking mutts, aren't we? It's over.
No,
it's all over.
I'd worry more about the Phillies.
The Reds just took a series off the Mets. You guys,
Mets are playing better, but the Phillies are who you need to worry about. Ever since they fired their manager, that's how that goes. Then they've been playing good ball. You're still 7 games.
You don't got to
ahead.
worry about the Mets. They're really bad, really bad.
Oh man, Braves, get well soon so we can hear the chop again. It's so dull. That sounds out of pitch too. Quick timeout. The drive continues. Fan Run Radio. Back to wrap up hour number 1 right after this.
The Drive.
Tony Basilio, the official voice of the common fan, is now on Fan Run Radio. Fan Run Radio. Tony Basilio. Weekdays from 11 to 1. Be there.
Hi, this is Dr. Stephen Malone at Knoxville Smiles. Has it been a while since your last dental visit? If so, I'd like to invite you to come see us. At Knoxville Smiles, it's our vision to provide the best dental care in town in a relaxed, friendly environment. So if it's been a while and you've been putting it off, don't wait any longer. Come see us at Knoxville Smiles. You can schedule an appointment online at knoxvillesmiles.com or by phone at 865-539-1776.
Ever been the coach who realized the team's gear just wasn't up to par? Well, if I'm being honest, that was me. Just a downright irresponsible and plain bad coach. Then SM Athletics changed the game. I want you to picture this. I walk into their store, a coach with a vision. SM Athletics didn't just see a coach. They saw a team's potential, and they delivered custom uniforms so striking. Our team's spirit soared. From cutting-edge apparel to top-notch equipment, SM Athletics transformed our presence. No more unreliable online orders or envying the other team's style. SM Athletics stands for quality, design, and on-time delivery every time. Coaches, elevate your team with SM Athletics. Call 865 855-966-3434 or visit smathletics.com. Get the best for your team, delivered right and on time. So, elevate your team's game by contacting SM Athletics today.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Is your yard
Coming up, a quick look around the world of sports. Trey Wallace of Outkick joins the festivities in hour number 2. I'll be interested to hear because, he talks to all kinds of coaches and administrators behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Just to kind of take the temperature of, what their take on the Brendan Sorsby deal is and just how far we got down the road with that. I saw an article today about Clemson and Dabo, and they were following up with him on the whole Ole Miss cheating thing, whatever happened there. Dabo publicly accusing Ole Miss of taking a player away. It pretty much sounds like they did. Where the guy had, like he was at Clemson. He was in class. And the Ole Miss coaches said, hey, we've got a better deal for you. So he leaves Clemson. He's physically there. He leaves Clemson and goes to Ole Miss. And, I totally empathize with what Dabo is saying today in this article, I believe is at ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
Or he just said, look, I'm not even really calling out anybody specifically, even though he kind of was. But my larger point was, what can we do and what can we not do? What are the rules? And I think that's what all these guys are thinking. It's like, really? Gambling is in play? Like, that's where it is now? I thought we were just arguing over who could play where and like, can you recruit a guy on another roster and all that stuff? Like, that's shady enough. But now we're talking about admitted gamblers can play? So, you just talk about a college sports world right now that is a ship without a sail. And, I know not a lot of people have a lot of sympathy for the Dabo Swinneys of the world. These guys are getting paid $10 million a year. But I do sympathize with the coaching profession as a whole, which, sports are nothing without rules.
Yeah.
The field is 100 yards long. A first down is 10 yards. We deal in measurements. We deal in rules, penalties. That's why we have referees out there. And you got to have rules off the field as well in terms of building a roster and what's legal and what's not. And it just doesn't seem like any of that exists right now. It's every man for himself.
Very true. It's definitely, it's very different. We see it in basketball too, right? The Will Wade thing, I feel like, is him just kind of what you're saying. There's rules, there's
these people are like pirates.
Yeah, man. They're pushing it as far as they can until somebody tells them that they can't, or there's there's repercussions for it too. But I don't know. Coastal Vol says the only rules are the ones you don't have the cojones to break.
Blake's wants to know, has Grimmer said when he is announcing a decision, feels like that is a huge piece of the puzzle. Hanoyan, Grinlinger, Clark Brown, and Lawless would be a nice core of hitters. Don't forget about Braden Kersey in there. I think he is a cornerstone of what we're going to do next year. But to my knowledge, Grimmer has not announced this. I don't know that there's a timetable on that. I think he can go through the draft, get drafted, and still decide whether or not he wants to sign with his team or come back next year.
Man, I hope he stays.
It is a huge piece of the puzzle, though, man. If you put him in there with those other guys Blake just mentioned, I mean, that's a pretty good core. I would say that you still need one more big bat, with some power, some pop to it. And then after that, it's all about pitching. I mean, you've got to have some other options too. The situation with Landon Mack that feels strange to me. It's like, is he going to have surgery? If not, are you going to be just in the same spot you were this year where he pitches for half the season or most of the season, and then I feel a little twinge here or something, and then all of a sudden he's not there for you. How much can you really count on that? So I think we need some other arms.
By the way, 7-2 Giants now.
Oh, thanks, Bob. I appreciate that update.
Going into the bottom of the ninth. Braves got a shot. They got to do it.
No. I mean, this game's over. We got two more, though. Can't let the stinking Giants come into your house and beat you. I got a great Major League Baseball trivia question for you guys after the top 4 at 4. I'll be interested to see if Bob and Walker can combine forces and get it. Stay with us. Hour number 2 of The Drive coming up next right here on Fan Run Radio.
The Drive.
Fan Run Radio, where Big Orange Country comes to talk sports. Start your morning off with your daily dose of talk sports with John Reed and Cody McClure from 8 to 11. Then it's Tony Basilio from 11 to 1. The Playbook with William Pattison from 1 to 3. And The Drive from 3 to 6. It's 10 hours of hard-hitting local sports radio every day, right here on the flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Did you know your Knoxville Smokies are halfway through their season? Yeah, only 6 homestands remaining. Don't miss your favorite promotions still to come. This week is a huge week full of great promotions, like All You Can Eat Wednesday, Knox Vegas Thirsty Thursday with half-off draft beers, and Friday is Country Night. Grab that cowboy hat and plan to stay late for post-game fireworks and concert. Looking for that perfect day with Dad? Sunday is Father's Day, and we welcome you to celebrate Dad with us at Covenant Health Park. It's a jam-packed week, so get your tickets now at smokiesbaseball.com.
Rickard Ridge Barbecue, located in beautiful Cove Lake State Park. Rickard Ridge is home of the best ribs in the Volunteer State. Smoked daily by Pitmaster Mark Rickard. The barbecue at Rickard Ridge is mouth-watering, fall-off-the-bone delicious. Take the scenic drive up I-75 to exit 134 for directions and to look at the rest of the menu. Visit Rickard Ridge online at rickardridgebbq.com.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville and W289CU Knoxville. Fan Run Radio.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing, and I'm really proud to follow in his tracks. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. I've learned a lot on this journey with my grandpa Lou, and the memories of my grandpa will always be with me. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Talking about Alzheimer's can be really tough, but if you notice something, have a conversation with your loved one. Encourage them to see a doctor or offer to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. The Alzheimer's Association provides care, support, and research to help you take control of the situation with your family and manage the disease together. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
It's time for the Drive's Top 4 at 4.
Yes, it is, Mr. Voice Man. Hour number 2 of the Drive underway. It begins with the Top 4 at 4, brought to you by Barley's Fan Run Radio Listener Watch Party. Friday, 3 p.m., USA, Australia. My Aussie accent.
Socceroos.
Put another shrimp on the barbie, mate. We'll
Bob, you don't want to give
Bob.
you want to give a crack at the Australian accent?
Nah, I'm good.
Now,
what's your go-to at Outback?
It's got to be blooming onion.
The blooming onion.
Oh, that blooming onion. Oh, my God. It's good stuff.
Great stuff.
3 p.m., Barley's, Old City. Be there. Walker, hit it.
Thank you, Russ. At number 1, Rivals released its updated 2027 rankings up to this point in the recruiting cycle. The outlet has the Vols at number 10 in the SEC behind Ole Miss and Kentucky. They are just ahead of Missouri and Vanderbilt. Tennessee is still targeting top recruits such as David Gabriel Georges.
A lot of conversation about this in hour number 1. I don't detect a tremendous amount of angst from our fan base about this, Bob. I think we've got a pretty knowledgeable group here following this stuff, and I think people realize that, first of all, as Walker mentioned, the DGGs and others are out there. Second of all, it's the portal, baby. We got to be better in it. And I think Heupel. I think there's also an awareness that Heupel knows that he's looking at the other teams in his sport that are accelerating their growth via the portal, and he's looking on his own campus over there at Richard Dale Barnes saying, well, seems to be working for him.
Haven't we been saying this, though? This is the thing. Like, remember in 24 when we had Coach Barnes, Coach Heupel taking memorable picture with Tony Vitello.
What a moment.
After they won the College World Series, and we were sitting there saying, Barnes is cooking. He hasn't gotten this, that far to a Final Four national championship game, but he's always right there in the mix. And same with Tony V now with the title. Maybe this is going to motivate Heupel, kind of push him. And maybe it is. I don't know, but
I think it is.
Yeah.
We won't know until December and how hard they go, but I think he knows we got to be better there. I think he knows. He would never admit this publicly, but I think he knows he kind of botched the QB situation.
Yeah.
This year. We should not be going into this year with such an unproven situation at QB, so hopefully it doesn't happen again.
But hey, we could be calling him a genius a few months from now if Faison is really good.
That's the spirit.
Or if McIntyre is really good.
That's the spirit, Walker. Keep that energy
That's
up.
how I like to think about it. At number 2, speaking of quarterbacks, Cincinnati coach Scott Satterfield has fielded plenty of questions from NFL teams about Brendan Sorsby, especially after his former quarterback transferred to Texas Tech and information about Sorsby's gambling addiction became public. He expects the queries to increase now that Sorsby has applied for the NFL supplemental draft. And Satterfield said that every NFL team had already asked him about Sorsby, especially earlier in the year.
What about the story about his age?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
That's saying that Cincinnati was well aware of his.
Yeah, he said if there's any inquiry, it needs to be directed at Cincinnati because they knew what was going on.
I'm sure the NCAA will try and take that victory lap around Cincinnati when it's for sure Sorsby is not touching the field.
This is the old Jerry Tarkanian. The NCAA is so mad at Texas Tech, they're going to throw the book at Cincinnati.
Yeah, I honestly think so. That's what's going to happen. Cincinnati.
I don't even know that. I mean, is Texas Tech ahead of Cincinnati in the Q rankings of college sports?
Right now, yeah. Just because they're high profile and they draw a lot of eyes, especially for the Big 12.
Jerry Tarkanian, legendary coach at UNLV, is always in the NCAA crosshairs.
Yep.
Once Kentucky got in trouble for paying players in the late 80s, had the memorable quote, he said, "The NCAA is so mad at Kentucky, they're going to put the hammer down on Cleveland State." He wasn't lying.
Feels like that could be it. I mean, if it's open shut case that Cincinnati knew about it and they played them, it's a little different than just trying to get someone eligible. Those are crimes.
I'll believe the NCAA has power to punish anybody anymore the next time they do it.
That's true. Very true. At number 3, the New York Knicks' victory over the San Antonio Spurs on Saturday to capture their first NBA title in 53 years averaged 24.5 million viewers on ABC and ESPN, making it the most watched Game 5 since 1998. The audience peaked at 33 million with the finals average viewership of 20.6 million, the highest since the 98 series between Chicago and Utah when Michael Jordan won his 6th and final NBA title.
I was going to say, I was wondering if 98 was that or the beginning of the Lakers run, but yeah.
So, Bob, do you attribute that just to New York City, New York fever, the size of the TV market there and their fan base, or could you say, I know this is always a point of debate since Jordan left, is the quality of the game?
I don't know about quality of the game, but I do think it's the influence of the New York City market, the DMA. I mean, last year was a disaster for ABC when you had Indiana and Oklahoma City.
you bring back NBC and the iconic theme song, and all of a sudden, boom, we're right back to those late 90s TV ratings.
Yeah, and I mean, it was a headliner because people can still associate with the Spurs, too, how good they were. Mm-hmm. So you had the Knicks and the Spurs both. I mean,
party like it's 1999.
Yeah, definitely.
And at number 4, the World Cup wraps up its first week of group play as all teams will have played their first games after today. Portugal and the Democratic Republic of Congo just went final about an hour ago in a shocking 1-1 draw.
Shocking.
Right now, England is playing Croatia in their World Cup debut, as that one has just gotten underway. In the 7th minute, it is still 0-0.
I'm watching this one. This has all the makings of a thrilling 0-0 draw, too, let me tell you.
Well, England does tend to do that.
I might go put $1 or $2 on that right now.
Hey, draws are hot in the World Cup right now.
Hachi was telling me that from the desert earlier in the week. This was on Monday, he told me this, but if you had bet on every match being a draw, you'd be like 9 of 14 or something at that point.
It's
I mean,
crazy. It's crazy.
You'd be making money.
Those are all really good odds, too. I don't know if it'll stay because all these first games are so important, but we'll see. And also later today, Ghana is going to play Panama at 7 p.m. and Uzbekistan plays Colombia at 10.
Panama. I mean, you talk about corruption in sports and FIFA. The fact that Panama and Uzbekistan are playing it, this is For people who are always searching for the American sports equivalent, they hear us talking soccer. Russell, you're speaking another language. I don't know what you're talking about. This is the NCAA tournament expanding to 76 teams.
Exactly.
This
Same
is
thing.
why do we need 16 and 17 Auburn in the NCAA tournament? Why do we need Uzbekistan in the World Cup?
Well, the really funny part about it is it feels like the expansion was made for like a few countries that had just kind of been on the outside looking in. Like the Colombia is one of them that didn't make the last World Cup, and Italy, who still can't make a World Cup even when it's expanded. So try and get all those big players in there, but some of them they were too bad, and that's how we get countries like Uzbekistan in here.
Yeah, it's a downright tragedy. Although the draw might be about to go out the window as England has a penalty, Bobby.
They do. Who's going to take? It's
Harry Kane.
This is going top left. He always goes top left.
You got any action on that, Bob?
No, I don't. I do not.
Well, you're about to hear about it one way or the other. All right, thank you, Walker Smith. Is that it?
That is it.
Top 4 at 4 brought to you by Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria, where we will be. Remember, no show Friday. We will be listener watch partying it up at Barley's in the Old City. Come and watch with us. Oh, he saved it. He saved it, Walker.
Did he go left?
He saved it. No, he went bottom right.
Oh, I'm behind.
Kane is saying he came off his line. This might go to VAR.
Let me look at this.
Controversy
now that I
in
know
Dallas.
what's happening, I'll look for it.
I'm watching.
Controversy, Bob.
Watching.
Very controversial right here.
Oh, he was definitely off his line, but no more off his line than every goalkeeper comes out.
We're going to get a do-over here?
Livakovic, the goalkeeper. I remember this kid. This kid was like 21, 20 years old in the Euro 2 years ago and made a headline for himself. Because I think that was when Croatia beat Brazil.
All right, Walker, we got to reel it in. I mean, I think I can hear the radios turning off as we speak.
I nerd out.
Trey Wallace coming up from Outkick momentarily. We'll get his thoughts on the Brendan Sorsby thing. You think it's over? It might not be over, man. As you said yesterday, Bob, and I agree. I think this is going. Oh, we're going to retake the penalty. Oh my God, this is unprecedented, as Joshy Boy would say.
I'm a little behind you.
Shout out, Joshy Boy. I love you. But you're going to come in on our chat and throw all kinds of, not even strays, just direct full frontal assaults on us. You're going to catch a stray.
He called Walker a brain donor the other day.
He calls a lot of people brain donors.
It's not nice. Completely unnecessary. And you get the second chance at the penalty. You have to hit it this time, don't you?
Do you go to the same spot? Is the question.
I think you got to mix it up.
You got to
here.
go left.
The pressure these England guys are under, just because of how intense the media scrutiny is over there.
Yeah, but we think the media here is hard on college football players and coaches. We got no idea the level that some of these English reporters will go to about the English national team.
Got it.
And Harry Kane puts it in. England up 1-0 on the Croats, the FIFA World Cup. You listen to The Drive, Fan Run Radio. Jason in the text box says, Russ, catching up on yesterday's show, how could you have a GOAT fast food dessert discussion and not mention the Taco Bell caramel empanada?
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that. There was another one earlier in the show from Rickety Bones who said it too.
Oh, he had a vote for the empanada. I love the Taco Bell. They brought it back. They had a retro menu like a year ago. They brought it back for about 2 weeks. I only got it once, but I wish I'd done what Bear was saying. Or I was just going to get like a crate of them frozen and just keep them in my freezer so that I could have them anytime I wanted. That was truly a decadent fast food dessert. Do we have anybody, Walker, Bob, you guys, are you familiar with the Taco Bell caramel empanada?
I'm familiar.
I'm not.
Wonderful.
I've never had one. Never been a Taco Bell guy.
Like just period?
Yeah, I just don't go. Just don't go to Taco Bell.
Really?
No.
You're not a Mexican food guy?
No, I like Mexican food. I just don't go to Taco Bell.
You have a bad experience?
No, it's never. I mean, I don't hate it. I would just prefer to go other places.
I mean, I don't think Taco Bell is anybody's first choice. Or I think it's always Taco Bell does most of their business after midnight. They're the only ones open. It used to be them and Crystal. I feel like most of the Crystals are even closed late now. That it's like, oh man, I'm drunk. I'm hungry. Driver, take me to Taco Bell.
That's Cookout in this town, though.
Well, yeah, Cookout is cutting into Taco Bell's drunk business. That is absolutely true.
Although Taco Bell just opened like the 2-story one over on campus.
I haven't been to that yet. Curious to see how that turns out.
Walker, you were out in the Western time zone. Did you guys in Arizona have Del Taco?
We did have Del Taco. It was a frequent establishment. It's a good spot.
I like Del Taco.
It's good. Very good.
When we were doing our fast food tournament, I think 2 summers ago here on the show, that was one of those. I just have no knowledge of it. I've never been to one, never even seen one, but I've heard good things.
It rebranded. When I first moved out to California, it was better known as Noggles back then.
Noggles.
Naugles, yes. And
I'd say that's a good rebrand.
I'd say so too.
Noggles is not a place I want to go.
But it was good. It was good. But then, when it became Del Taco, it was like better imaging, everything else. I was like, that was smart. Pretty good stuff. Actually, living out there, I preferred Del Taco over Taco Bell.
I don't know. It's never like fast food Mexican. Just never like if I'm going to get Mexican food, I want to go sit down somewhere.
I feel you. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Yeah. Get yourself a sack full of Taco Bell and get home near a toilet because you're going to need it sooner or later.
Wow.
Have you seen this pile of crap?
Certainly.
Cinnamon twists as well. As somebody points that out, Taco Bell. That's one of those food I ate too many of as a youngster. Those Taco Bell cinnamon twists.
It's basically air.
It is, right? With a little bit of cinnamon in it. But very distinct taste. Like I can taste it now, and I haven't had one in 20 years, but I could feel that in my mouth. That came out wrong.
That's what she said.
865-966-3435. Your phone number to get on the show. Actually, we ask you to hold your phone calls because we do have the aforementioned Trey Wallace coming up in a mere matter of moments. We'll go open lines the rest of the way after Trey. How about that?
Great plan.
Quick timeout. The Drive. Fan Run Radio coming up. What is the fallout of the Brendan Sorsby drama? How does Texas Tech recover from this? Or does it matter at all in a day and age in which there are no ramifications virtually for college sports rules breakers? Trey Wallace of Outkick coming up next right here on Fan Run Radio.
The Drive.
East Tennessee Sports Authority. This is Fan Run Radio. Knoxville.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
In a world filled with deadlines and screens, sometimes we forget the simple joys of life, days filled with special moments. At Inward Half, we understand the essence of these moments. Feel the difference between our breathable fabrics and flexible apparel as you disconnect from the hustle and bustle and reconnect with what truly matters. Inward Half. Simple luxury for on and off the course.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Hear that?
Has the day off. Pleased to be joined by the one and only Trey Wallace. Trey of Outkick. Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
I'm good. Just received a statement from University of Cincinnati where they were once again thrown into the Brendan Sorsby party by his agent, who says that Cincinnati knew for 2 years that he was gambling, which, by the way, I think the radio station screwed up when they put that quote out that's out there. He's just saying Cincinnati knew. It didn't go back 2 years, so whatever. Nonstop Brendan Sorsby-ness, man.
Yeah, man. It has been the story of the offseason, funnily enough, for college football. I mean, I thought we would be just continuing to talk about playoff expansion, the war between the leagues, the conferences, all that stuff. And those are still storylines to be certain, but I was kind of surprised just the way that Sorsby thing kind of just took over everything in the college football universe.
And the crazy thing is, like, I mean, I get it. You get it. Bob gets it. Bear gets it. Like, it's a massive story. And I think that once he was ruled ineligible by the NCAA, and decided he's going to take them to court, and remember, all this came after he entered a rehabilitation clinic and whatnot. So there was investigation going on. It's how much could the NCAA actually prove? And during this whole thing, when all the facts came out, okay, those were stipulated facts provided by Brendan Sorsby. The NCAA did not get a hold of his financial records, text messages, anything along those lines. They only had what he gave them. So when he says he bet around $90,000 in total, that's his word. It could have been $180,000. We don't know. Yeah. So I think once it hit the federal side, which was a very smart move by the Big 12, by the way. Yeah, we're just going to, you at district court? Okay, we're going to hit you in federal court. And once that happened, it was a wrap. It was a wrap.
Well, if you can't take this guy's word, who in this crazy world can you trust, Bob?
That's right. That's right. Hey, Trey, it's good talking to you, brother. Appreciate the time as always.
Trey's looking good, by the way.
Absolutely.
What kind of hat is that? Is that a Red Wings hat I'm looking at?
It's a North Face hat.
North Face. Okay.
It is what it is.
Quality product.
I want to get your feelings on this. We talked about this yesterday, and I think we all kind of came around to this of the optics. Okay, Sorsby's gone, but I think the optics hit that Texas Tech took is going to be longer lasting than just the moment right now. And I feel bad for some of the coaches, the Grant McCaslins, the Joey McGuire's, those guys out there. I know this school still has money, but I think this they're a little tainted at the moment. It might not last forever, but what are your thoughts?
So I will say this. I talked to a few people involved in the situation. I don't think everyone at Texas Tech was on board with this plan. I don't think everyone was on board with sitting down and doing what looked like a 21-minute hostage video last week.
Yeah. Where is the pushback coming from?
There was some uncomfortable situations over the last week and a half, 2 weeks, really, when it came to the lawsuit side of this. The interesting part about this whole thing, they have a morals clause in his rev share agreement, an NIL agreement, that if they wanted to initiate that, when they found out that he broke NCAA rules, because NCAA rules correlate with the rev share agreement. You break NCAA rules, okay, you're breaking our rules. So we can get out of the deal. They never triggered that. Texas Tech didn't. And I don't know, I've had a couple people tell me of certain things, but the mental health side of it was one argument. Brendan Sorsby walked away from this whole situation with $3 million plus. They weren't going to go back and sue Brendan Sorsby to get that money back. They wanted him to walk away. They held a meeting on Sunday afternoon, and essentially they said, we got you back. Well, then they found out late that evening that the Big 12 was filing a federal complaint, and they were like, essentially, the guy's like, hey guys, Brendan, you got to go. Like, this is enough. Like, we're done. Like, we don't know if you're going to be eligible for the upcoming season. This could all be over in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It could be over the third week of the football season when you're supposed to come back. But I will say this. Cody Campbell did an interview last week where he compared the fallout to Brendan Sorsby to the Jerry Sandusky ordeal. And it's that point you knew this whole thing had lost the plot. Like, it was in Texas Tech, Joey McGuire, I mean, he's fine in this. I know he had a bad statement last week. He compared it to, I think he said not as like he killed somebody or something like that. But I think he'll be fine because Joey McGuire is so respected. I think Kirby Hocutt, the AD, was, if I'm being honest with you guys, this is my personal opinion here. I think Kirby Hocutt, the AD, was following orders from the money folks. And yeah. I think when it comes down to it, it was a bad situation. And now Texas Tech has got to spend the next 2 months before the football season repairing a lot of relationships.
Well, it's what we've been talking about ever since the money thing became so open and transparent in college football. And it's like, when you let one or two powerful boosters or families basically buy off your athletics department and program, then you're at their mercy. And Kirby Hocutt's not really running that school's athletics department. I mean, any fool can see that. And it's the same conversation we had around private equity investment. Mm-hmm. It's like, once you allow another company, a private enterprise, to come in and invest heavily in your athletics department, guess what? They're going to want to have a say-so in how you run things. And I mean, that, I don't know if Joey McGuire's diminished in all this, Trey, but that Kirby Hocutt guy, I mean, he looks very weak in all of this.
The one thing that stood out to me, what's today? Today's Wednesday. So this announcement came out yesterday. No, Monday. Man, my days are all screwed up, guys. I'm sorry. Texas Tech said, well, Cody Campbell's already released a statement, but here's ours. And it's like, wait a minute, who's speaking for the athletic department? Why are you guys essentially saying, hey, Cody Campbell now speaks for us? And then he did an interview with a news station, but it was called like Everything Lubbock. I don't know. It was some off-brand thing, but it was good. And he comes out and blames the national media for blowing this up and making this a bigger story than what it was. It's like, my man, the player you are paying gambled on his own football team, gambled on the college basketball team where he was at, gambled on Cincinnati basketball where he was at, and then placed $6,000 worth more bets on college football. And that's not even talking about Romanian soccer, hot dog eating contests and whatnot. Like, stop. Like, this is a wrap. You can't, it's not our fault for making this a story. The story was Brendan Sorsby. And so I found it all fascinating. And I think at the end of the day, hopefully all sides learn a lesson here. I think the NCAA was right in this situation. He should have been ineligible, which they literally said he was. And I think it's going to come down to a point where what the heck was this judge in Texas looking at when he made this decision? So to me, that's fascinating as well.
So Sorsby moves on to the NFL supplemental draft, and there's been a back and forth we've had within our own show on do we think there's going to be NFL interest? I say unabashedly yes, there will be interest because he's a quarterback that some say might have even been projected as a first-round pick last year, which blows my mind. I mean, I thought this guy was a pretty good college quarterback. I didn't think he was that good, but the NFL is going to, they certainly don't encourage gambling, but I just think this is one that, I don't think this guy's going to get dinged that much, maybe by some franchises, but not by all.
Yeah, he's going to be taken in the supplemental draft. It just depends on which round is he going to be taken. And then,
Right.
I mean, I'm not going to act like an NFL expert here and knows how that plays out, but essentially you're giving up your third round pick for the next season. Yeah, somebody's going to take him. And it's, it was interesting. Again, not really an NFL guy, but the Arizona Cardinals have a quarterback situation going on right now with Jacoby Brissett. That was a team that was brought up to me. So what I'm getting at is there's going to be buyers here. I don't know if the story can get any worse. I mean, possibly, because the Ohio Gaming Commission and the Indiana Gaming Commission still have ongoing investigations into Brendan Sorsby. So, could some underage gambling charges come out? And, I guess there's a law against, like, Russ, I can't send you money if I was enrolled at a school and say, well, okay, well, it's illegal for me to do it, but I'm going to send you money to go place these bets for me. So I'm sure there's a law out there for that.
That never happens.
Right. I mean, I think
never heard of that.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was all complicated. And I also know that it came during the worst time period for legislators trying to pass a congressional bill on Thursday with markups coming, because all the attention was not on the Protect College Sports Act. It was on what was going on with Brendan Sorsby. So, I did find it a little fascinating that senators' offices started to send me more information about the Protect College Sports Act 30 minutes after the Sorsby news broke the other night. So it's all a part of one big plan, guys.
Yeah, last thing for me, Trey Wallace, Outkick, our guest here this afternoon. Trey, last thing for me on this Sorsby thing, and then maybe we can move on. I know you, working with Outkick, you've cultivated a lot of good sources, coaches in the industry, other administrators, and I'm just wondering what they're feeling towards Texas Tech after all this is. Because, I'm sure Tech is going to try and sweep this under the, hey, we want to move forward. We're not talking about that, whatever. But I think their rivals, not just the other schools, but their league. I mean, there's going to be a lot of hurt feelings here that aren't going to just be smoothed over in a couple of weeks.
Guys, they were ready to rule Brendan Sorsby ineligible for Big 12 games and ban Texas Tech from the Big 12 championship game. Like that was coming. In some form or fashion, that was coming. And it takes a majority vote for that to happen. So what does that tell you about the rest of the conferences, besides even TCU making jokes with them on social media? They were agitated. I spoke with a number of ADs, spoke with a number of head coaches, and to me, they were all stunned. I think they were probably just as stunned as Texas Tech was that he got an injunction. But it was the fact that they did everything else. The statements, the Attorney General of Texas coming out and saying, well, if you touch us, we're going to sue you. Then you got Jeffrey Kessler coming out saying, well, if you sanction Texas Tech, we're going to sue you. It's like, how many times do you have to be threatened to be sued before you can just be so agitated that you have to come out with your own, ammunition? And you saw that. They didn't help themselves, man. And that's the problem. They could have been quiet and just let this thing kind of play out and been the villains and whatnot. But again, I go back to that 21-minute video, Russ, that they released. I had a couple of coaches that saw that night and just sent me LOL emojis, like what the bleep is going on here. one coach said, I feel like I'm losing my mind. It got bad around college football, and it wasn't just from the Big 12.
Okay. You made a mention of this, but I'd be remiss if we didn't talk about it before we let you go. And that's some of the politics that are going on. I mean, it feels like everything we talked about so far is kind of tied into politics, but you talked about the, so now I'm learning based on what I've been reading that there's there's the Cody Campbell Protect College Sports Act, but then Tommy Tuberville talking about the Student Athlete Act, which they're both kind of at opposition of each other. Am I correct in this? I mean, I know they're kind of looking for the same end result, but my God, we're talking about something that's going to get clogged up in the gears of the big college sports and the political machine already. But if there's going to be two versions of it, am I interpreting this correctly?
So old Coach Tuberville decided I'd already written like a story about that 3 months ago, but he decided to introduce that on the Senate floor the day before, a day and a half before they went and started the markups on the Protect College Sports Act. So technically, yes, there are two different acts. Tommy Tuberville's is not getting passed. They're not voting to approve that one. This is going to be the Protect College Sports Act, which is essentially Ted Cruz and Maria Cantwell. And then you have Craig Sankey and Tony Petitti that are against it, and some, most of the SEC and Big Ten. Like, that's what it comes down to. They're going to push this thing through if they can. I don't know if they're going to pass it or not, but they're going to try tomorrow. And I'm telling you, even if you're not into political nonsense, which I have come to maybe appreciate's not the right word, but have to cover over the last 5 years, tomorrow is going to be a show on C-SPAN. Like, there should be a pregame tailgate type of show. It's going to get weird, and there's going to be amendments added to this bill, and it's going to agitate folks, and you're going to see arguments on the floor, and but that's where we're at right now. And I think that, we're at a spot that something probably needs to be passed. I'll be honest, Bob, I don't know if they're going to even get this one passed. And I think we're going to be in a spot where the SEC, the Big Ten, and other conferences are governing themselves and making up their own rules. I don't know how they're going to pass this.
When Tommy Tuberville talks, man, people listen.
I mean, he knows what he's talking about with college athletics. Like, I give him that. He knows, he for darn sure knows how to get out of a buyout, and walk out of a meeting. And
yeah,
I mean, it's Tuberville. Like, he knows college athletics. Like, but I do think at the same time, a little bit of a far reach. But good try, I guess. I mean, I don't know. We're gonna find out over the next 2 days, and if it doesn't get passed and there's not enough markups for it or whatnot, then we'll be back in the same spot we were in next week.
Trey Wallace of Outkick with us. Trey, what are you hearing Vols-wise? Anything football, baseball, otherwise?
Yeah. When's the last time Cam Coleman was at practice or a workout?
Did he ever go to a practice? I mean, that's not a thing, right? I mean, they're just dotting I's, crossing T's. He's not going to be on the team this year.
I will say there are a lot of factors and legal jargon that you have to figure out, before you either move in one direction or stay in one direction. But I mean, it's not like he's been around. So, and the other thing too, that was kind of pointed out to me, this is not a big deal in the locker room. These players don't know Cam Coleman. They don't know him. I mean, he was around for a month or two, and then he was gone. So it's not a big rift in the locker room, anything along those lines. There's not players, an upheaval about this. And that's what happens. I mean, they don't know who he is, man. He hasn't been around. So this is just a decision that, luckily for Tennessee, let's just be hypothetical here. Let's go hypothetical for a minute so folks on social media don't go crazy. Hypothetically, what if you had the same situation you were in with Brendan Sorsby, and you'd already paid him a bunch of money on his contract? And then you had to figure out a way to go back and get that money if you wanted to. Well, in Tennessee's case, they hadn't really paid him a lot of money at all. So you don't have much to worry about besides the legal ramifications potentially of what could be brought up if a lawsuit was filed. I guess I'll leave it at that. I don't think it gets that far, but I'm just saying like that's where we're at now, guys. You just file a lawsuit. What's mental health? You can claim disorders. You can claim gambling addictions. Crazy.
What's the number you're hearing as far as what Coleman has maybe in pocket, so to speak? I've heard like $250,000. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, he got a nice chunk of change.
If we gave that kid $250,000,
you have to remember too, okay? There's a big difference in how much money you paid to get him on campus compared to when the payment plans start when you're on campus.
Yeah.
Big difference there.
But if we gave him $250,000,
but Kevin Steele would look at that and be like, what amateurs,
I
man.
guess so. But for the rest of us who are trying to fill up our gas tanks at $4 a gallon.
Yeah.
I mean, that's obscene.
I'm not saying that's the number.
Literally did nothing, Trey. Didn't even go to, I don't even talk about practice. He didn't go to the workouts. Like, he just wasn't there.
Right. Yeah. Again, I'm not confirming or denying any type of numbers. I'm just saying you have to get these players on campus somehow, and usually it's a decent bonus that gets them there. Then you set up your payment plan.
We got listeners on the live chat saying, and Russell just said it too, $250,000 is a lot of money, obviously, but I'm just comparing it against the Sorsby thing where, if he's walking away with $3 million.
That's another defensive back. It's another running back.
Yeah,
it's another rush end, which is going to be a problem on this roster, Trey. Like, they don't really have anybody a rush. They're going to end up playing probably, bigger guys who are more suited to strong side end or defensive tackle at that Leo position this year. And, you can get by doing that, but you're not going to. The good teams, when you watch the college football playoffs, the good teams always have a guy or two that could just flat out get after the pass rusher. You can't block them. Quarterback's got the time clock going off in his head. I don't think Tennessee has one of those guys this year.
Yeah, but here's your positive for your Tennessee brain. You weren't dealing with this problem 3 weeks before the season started, and you all of a sudden lost the star defensive player. Like, this has been ongoing now for 4.5 months. So this is nothing new. You go out and you find your players, and that's what Ronnie Garner and others get paid a lot of money to do. Like, I'm sorry, if you're hitching your whole defensive side of the ball on one player, then that's on you. Like, that's on the coaching staff, and they knew what they were getting into with Coleman before he stepped foot on campus. Like, this wasn't a shocker that maybe there were some things that had transpired over the last year or two that, I don't know. It's not like Cincinnati where you had a guy with, 10,000 bets already in place, that was enrolled at your school and playing quarterback. But they didn't.
Trey Wallace. Yeah, go ahead.
But no, don't worry. Cincinnati didn't know anything, though, by the way.
No, of course, know anything. All right, Trey, good stuff, my man. Always a pleasure. Why are you in Birmingham?
I'm just doing a story. Is
it like top secret, or you have to kill us now? We know too much?
I'm just working on a story. Now, Birmingham's not my last stop. I got to probably end up about 45 miles to the west of me.
Hanging out with Greg Sankey? Cookout tonight?
No, Greg Sankey's on his way back from Denver because the CFP committee did not vote on anything today, and they did not have the finances for what the playoff would look like if they went to 24. So they just went to the Ritz-Carlton in Denver, Colorado to hang out and chat for 2 days.
Watch the World Cup.
Yeah, he'll be back tonight. I'm sure I could go hang out with him tonight, but
tell him we said hi.
No. Yeah, I'm going to go to Tuscaloosa. I'll say hey to everybody for Bear.
Greg, or Scammon G, as we call him. We're on a first name basis. Thank you, Trey. We appreciate it. Safe travels, my friend.
Thanks, boys. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you, Trey.
Trey Wallace of Outkick making his presence felt. At 2 goals in this England-Croatia game during his appearance.
Wow, 2?
Yeah.
Both by England?
No. And Croatia had a beautiful goal. Just tore England apart. Oh, man, it was just poetry in motion. That guy, Thomas Tuchel, getting bald. Kane scored another one. He's got 2. Maybe on the way to the Golden Boot. Stay with us. The Drive, Fan Run Radio, 865-966-3435. If you want to get on board, 966-3435. Back with more right after this.
The Drive.
Start your morning off with your daily dose of talk sports with John Reed and Cody McClure from 8 to 11, right here on the flagship station for Tennessee fans, Fan Run Radio.
Your smile says it all, so make sure it's saying the right thing. At Knoxville Smiles, we believe healthy teeth mean happy lives. Invisalign is a clear aligner orthodontic treatment that gradually straightens teeth without the use of traditional metal braces. And now, at Knoxville Smiles, we're offering Invisalign special pricing for new patients. Call for details at 865-539-1776 or just visit us at knoxvillesmiles.com. Don't wait another day to love your smile. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Is your yard starting to look more wild than welcoming? Yeah, don't let your landscape be that house on the block. At ECR Total Landscapes, we make sure your outdoor space is something you're proud of. From de-weeding flower beds to leaf blowing, trimming, mulching, and more, completely customizable to your property's specific needs. We'll handle it all. Why spend your weekends sweating it out in the yard when you can just sit back and enjoy it? That's the ECR difference. And right now, new customers can get 10% off your first month of our monthly maintenance package when you sign up for a full calendar year. That's right. Consistent, reliable service at a price that makes it easy to get started. No sweat, no hassle, just a better looking lawn week after week. Call ECR Total Landscapes today and mention promo code FANRUN to save 10% on your first month. Call 865-384-2012 or visit us online at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
We really need to get some branded stuff. Shirts, hats, promo items, something professional.
I mean, we could just find a website and order a bunch of it ourselves.
You could, but you're taking a big risk. You don't know the quality, the fit, the timeline. It's a roll of the dice.
Yeah, I guess, but isn't that how everyone does it now?
Not the ones who actually care about how their brand looks. Look, if we're putting our name on it, it needs to be done right. We need SM Athletics.
SM Athletics?
Yeah, they specialize in working with businesses like ours. Apparel, hats, promo gear, but real, customized stuff. They actually care if it turns out right.
Probably a lot better than getting stuck with 100 t-shirts with crooked logos.
Exactly. Plus, they'll walk you through everything. Sizing, colors, material, so it matches the image we're trying to build.
Makes sense. What's the name again?
SM Athletics. Trust me, if you want to look like a real company, not a flea market stand, this is the move. If you're serious about your brand, work with people who are serious about getting it right. SM Athletics.
Number 2, interesting chat with Trey Wallace. You know, he spent all that time talking about the Sworsby thing. At the my major takeaways, and I guess you said this, not him, but that we had paid Chaz maybe $250,000 of his contract.
I've heard that number floating around.
God, that sticks in my craw, Bobby. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, again, I'm trying to soften the blow. I mean, the Sworsby thing's unbelievable. If it's
they gave him $3 million.
$3 million. I figured, there was probably some chunk of change coming his way that they talked about that, but I knew it wasn't going to be the full $5 million or $4.5 million, whatever it was. But still, that's a lot of money.
I guess my other takeaway there was, Trey seemed to indicate that it was more of a Texas Tech decision, that they sat him down and said, look, man, this ain't going to work.
Yeah, I agree.
Here's $3 million for your trouble.
No, I
don't sue us.
That's what we were talking about. I think with Shumpert yesterday was, do we know, was it Sworsby that made the call or Texas Tech? That gives me a little more faith in Texas Tech if they did finally say this is too much stink, man. We got to move on.
And I guess somewhat reassuring that to hear Trey tell it, there are at least some other voices in the Texas Tech community that said, we're doing what now?
Yeah.
Wait, what about that? Yeah, guys, we're going to sit around and have a conversation. We really want to go down this road?
Well, like I said, I feel like some of the coaches we've mentioned, some of those guys have some integrity. Not to be confused with, somebody said on the live chat that Texas Tech ladies softball, they've already got 7 players out of the portal. So they're moving on. They just it's crazy, man.
It's a tough spot to be in for this McGuire guy, right?
Yeah,
because you're all the things we've talked about. You're in Lubbock, Texas. Nobody wants to go there. It rains mud. All the things Mike Leach talked about. You got to take the train 2 days just to get it's freaking Texas Tech.
Yeah.
So you got a billionaire. Like, that's the only way you're going to be successful in modern sports is if you cozy up to this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And they gave him the keys to the kingdom. And, I don't even know that's his fault necessarily because Texas Tech was hardly the only school to kick the tires on Brendan Sorsby. I think we did as well.
We did.
We can debate about how far it got. I don't know. But, man, these schools and the quest, the need for new revenue sources, and it's never enough with these guys. It's
never.
These are the problems that you run into, man. I think, sad to say, with no solution, no guardrails in sight, this Texas Tech thing might just be the tip of the iceberg.
It's crazy, man. It's like I don't know. It's going to be fascinating to watch what happens the remainder of this offseason as we head into next football season. I still think they'll be carrying a lot of – they definitely would have with Sorsby there. We talked about that. But even without him there, they're going to be like – they'll be like the butt of all the home fan jokes and everything else when they come into town now. They've got some stuff to unwind. It's going to take a while.
What do you think, Walker's Croatia offsides here? A crazy game now.
I'm just now seeing the goal. I haven't seen a replay of it being offside. They have automatic offside, so they would be able to figure
close.
it out. Oh yeah,
it was really close.
Oh man, I think he might. Oh, I think that guy's whoever the defender's right foot might have been playing him on.
People are saying our World Cup analysis is missing a lot without Bear, our chief soccer expert.
I mean, we don't know the beautiful game like he knows the beautiful game. He's an expert. He's the expert.
He didn't call it the beautiful game, though. Didn't he call it
the wonderful game?
The wonderful
game. The good game.
That's how much more he knows about it than we do.
No, not true.
2-2 at the half. So much for Russell's scoreless draw prediction earlier.
We're still in line for a 4-4 draw.
Yeah.
If anyone's up for that.
Oh, I'm here for it, baby. 865-966-3435. Your phone number to get on the show, 966-3435. GBO Kyle Beach says, I hope Oklahoma puts it on Georgia tonight. I'm right there with you, GBO.
Yeah, we're all Sooners tonight.
Boomer Sooner. Kid Huddy 7 says, I passed Bubba's trailer on I-40 yesterday afternoon, was looking to see if Trey was driving it. Did you know, Walker, that Bubba Wallace is Trey's cousin?
I did know that, yes.
I don't know if that memo crossed your desk
I've talked
yet.
to Bear about it before.
So he did finally give us a little insight. Sounds like he's going to be talking to somebody at Alabama tomorrow.
Roll down Tide.
Tuscaloosa Trey.
Yeah.
Doing his thing. Who's their quarterback going to be? Is that Keelan Russell guy?
I think that's the assumption is it's going to be Russell.
He's a redshirt freshman. He redshirted last year. He's got another guy that he brought from Washington with him.
Correct.
Right?
Correct. Forget the guy's name now, but yes.
So Keelan Russell is their Nico. Guy who didn't play much as a true freshman and thrust into the limelight as a redshirt.
Again, we talk about pressure in year 6 for Heupel at Tennessee. I think pressure in season 3 in Tuscaloosa for DeBoer is going to be sky high.
With those people?
Yeah.
Roll down Tide.
there's pressure on all of these guys, given the SEC hasn't won a national championship in 3 years. There's not a single program who's like, oh, we're sitting pretty. Even Georgia's like, well, we haven't won one of these things in a few years.
Kirby, like, if you've seen any of the pictures of him strutting around, like, for a guy who has a major college football program to run, he's been in Omaha all week.
Yeah.
He's at Rocco's. He's hanging out with Wes Johnson at the hotel. I mean, Kirby is enjoying himself out there, it appears.
I'd rather him be over there than, he just had his calendar clear up since DGG's not visiting him.
Yeah.
So tonight it's may the best Johnson win, right? Wes against Skip.
Yep. That's about right.
I mean, you have to give those two their due, right? I mean, Wes Johnson is taking I didn't even know they cared about baseball down there, and he's gotten them. I mean, they appear to be the most talented team in the country to me. As we all know, the most talented team doesn't always win, but they look like the best team. And then Skip Johnson, it's mind-boggling to me. I mean, Tennessee, for all our warts, we went into their backyard and slapped them around.
They looked mediocre when we played them.
Completely mediocre.
Yeah. But there they are. I mean,
that's got to give you hope, though, that, hey, man, we're just a player or two away. This Hanoian guy, reading up on him, like, he's got a little juice, a little swagger. Mm-hmm. He's got a little California cool to him. That's where he's from. Like, I think I said it a million times over the course of the season. We're missing a little bit of that juice, a little bit of that swagger, and that's all we need.
Just need
that and another big bat. Maybe
preferably
another power arm or two.
A lot of pitchers. Preferably an entirely new bullpen.
Okay, so it's not all we need. It's one of the many things we need, okay?
Yeah, just details.
The devil's in them, a wise man once said.
Yep.
Quick timeout. Hour number 3 of the drive coming up. Walker has your top 5 at 5. When we continue, stay with us. The drive continues. It's Fan Run Radio.
The Drive.
Fan Run Radio, where Big Orange Country comes to talk sports. Start your morning off with your daily dose of talk sports with John Reed and Cody McClure from 8 to 11. Then it's Tony Basilio from 11 to 1. The Playbook with William Pattison from 1 to 3. And The Drive from 3 to 6. It's 10 hours of hard-hitting local sports radio every day, right here on the flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Did you know your Knoxville Smokies are halfway through their season? Yeah, only 6 homestands remaining. Don't miss your favorite promotions still to come. This week is a huge week full of great promotions, like All You Can Eat Wednesday, Knox Vegas Thirsty Thursday with half-off draft beers, and Friday is Country Night. Grab that cowboy hat and plan to stay late for post-game fireworks and concert. Looking for that perfect day with Dad? Sunday is Father's Day, and we welcome you to celebrate Dad with us at Covenant Health Park. It's a jam-packed week, so get your tickets now at SmokiesBaseball.com.
Citizens National Bank. Life is more fun with a Good Life account, offering extra benefits, including bank travel. Experience the trip of a lifetime to Ireland. Explore rolling green hills, historic castles, and charming villages across the Emerald Isle. Get in on the fun. Call 865-429-7935 today.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together. Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
It's time for The Drive's Top 5 at 5.
Quitting time on your Wednesday, 5 o'clock here on Fan Run Radio. I'm Russell Smith. Thanks for tuning in to our show this afternoon. Walker Smith begins our third and final hour with a quick look at today's sports headlines. The top 5 at 5. Walker, hit it.
Thank you, Russ. At number 1, Tennessee wide receiver Braylon Staley was named top 25 skill player in college football by CBS Sports. The 6-foot, 190-pound receiver snagged 68 catches for 839 yards with 6 touchdowns in his first season as a starter for the Vols, and also won SEC Freshman of the Year.
Are we not talking enough about a potential Braylon Staley breakout season, or is it just because of the uncertainty at quarterback and who's going to be getting him the ball?
I was just going to say, who's going to get him the ball?
We haven't made the case enough that a guy like Braylon Staley, who last year made a lot of his money like short over the middle of the field, making stuff happen, that he could really be helping Faison find the easy completions early.
He could, but I mean, like my major, like if you ask me what's my lasting image of Braylon Staley from his first year, it's catching that first deep ball against Syracuse.
Yeah.
In the opener. And I know that, say what you will about the importance of that game, but for just a moment, it was like, oh, we can throw those beautiful rainbow deep balls again that were so much fun to watch with Hendon Hooker. And man, it's not to cry too much over spilt milk, but if Joey were still here, I would be leading the charge of a Braylon Staley, Jalen Hyatt-like Biletnikoff campaign.
Yeah, I would agree. It could be that good. At number 2, former Tennessee head coach Derek Dooley is taking another loss in the state of Georgia. Mike Collins defeated Dooley in the Georgia Republican primary runoff last night. Collins earned the Republican nomination by earning just 55.9% of the vote compared to Dooley's 44%, ending his first political campaign.
Oh, my God.
What does Doolander do now?
Probably had a pretty heavy-duty post-mortem meeting today with his team.
Chew everybody out.
Exactly.
It's all your fault.
Didn't like the design on the campaign.
The campaign
banners.
posters. That was where they went wrong. Nothing to do with the platform.
Of course not. Of course not. Of course not.
That's a shame. I hate to hear it. Former Vol. That's we need more Tennessee ties in Congress, even if it's a Georgia tie. How the hell with it? I'm glad he lost. Get Derek Dooley, that guy. Go
Makes
away.
Mean hamburger. Mean cheeseburger.
Well, maybe he should get back to the game at like cookout or something.
Oh, gosh. At number 3, the College World Series sees 2 more excellent matchups today. North Carolina and West Virginia are in a battle right now, with UNC taking care of business against the Mountaineers. Later today, Oklahoma takes on Georgia at 7 p.m., needing to win 2 in a row to make the championship series.
Boomer Sooner.
There are not many people on this live chat, at least, that are rooting for Georgia. I'd say none.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so. We don't like Georgia. We don't really care much for Oklahoma. We know they beat us last year, but that was kind of a we could have beat them situation. Georgia, we just hate all around.
Who beat us last year?
Oklahoma.
In baseball?
No, in
football.
In football.
Yeah. I mean, they haven't been around enough to stoke up a good hate. I mean, we've been warring with Georgia since before any of us were born.
It's true.
That is a deep-seated rivalry right there. We hate them.
Yeah, we don't like them.
Don't want good things to happen to them.
No, in any sport, nothing.
In any walk of life. I'm glad Derek Dooley lost his Senate campaign. I hope that Georgia fans, they can't grow grass back there on their lawn. I hope that their trees fall down. And it's so bad ECR Total Landscapes couldn't help them out.
Be good business. Be good business.
I don't want anybody to die or get sick or anything. I just hope that their life is full of turmoil and
minor inconveniences.
Exactly.
You can wish a stubbed toe on someone every now and then.
Little hangnail.
Yeah, stuff that's just minor inconveniences, nothing threatening, but just little life annoyances. At number 4, there's lots of midday action in the MLB today. The Mets thumped the Reds 9-1. The Giants beat the Braves 7-2 with another game of a doubleheader scheduled for later today, pending weather. The Rays are currently beating the Dodgers 4-3 in the 6th inning, and the Diamondbacks are dominating the Angels 6-1 in the 5th.
Read that article that was going around about the Angels mishandling Christian Moore.
Yeah.
I didn't see that article.
He's tearing up AAA.
It's hot.
He flashed a lot in the big leagues last year, and now he's just kind of stuck.
I mean, he played enough games last season at the major league level. I think he lost his rookie eligibility there.
I think so. I don't know how that service time stuff works or whatnot, but the only reason I can think they haven't brought him up is they have a really good second baseman, which I don't think they do, or they're just trying to manipulate service time, which I don't know if they can even do that since they called him up so early last year. Baseball service time stuff.
The second base should be his on that team. I mean, Zachary Neto is their shortstop. He's tough. He's tough. But the second baseman, they just have been interchanging players. That team's not good enough to not let him develop.
Let Simo cook.
Let him cook.
Free Simo. If you're not going to use him, trade him.
For sure. Get him, honestly, just trade him. Even if he is good, trade him. Because Angels just take talent and kill it, feels like. And at number 5, the parent company of Sam Adams said its Boston Taproom ran out of the brand's flagship Boston Lager over the weekend because Scotland soccer fans are in Boston for the 2026 World Cup drank 4 times as much as the bar usually sells.
We drank beer.
Boston Beer Co. said in a news release that from Thursday to Sunday, the Tartan Army drank 4 times what the company normally stocks during the typical 4-day holiday stretch, like the 4th of July, adding that it had to schedule an emergency delivery of beer Saturday morning and are adding extra deliveries this week to make sure it has enough. Boston has been taken over by Scotland fans the past few days as they've traveled over the Atlantic to witness their men's soccer team play in its first World Cup in 28 years.
I've seen some of these videos that we've talked about where they're, singing, standing on the seats in Fenway. And a lot of them are like kids. I mean, they're probably 13,
Start them
14,
early down there.
And it just makes me wonder who's slipping them beers. I could see that happening there.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
The problem with Scotland
Super
is that it's full of Scots.
Do me best.
Just try and
cheer on the boys.
All right. Thank you, Walker. That is the top 5 at 5. It's brought to you today by our friends at Knoxville Smiles. You can check them out online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. If you've got any dental work that needs to get done, they can take care of you. Again, it's knoxvillesmiles.com. Tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. Russell, Bob, and Walker bear with the day off this afternoon. We'll go open lines the rest of the way. If you want to chime in, go ahead and take your shot, 865-966-3435. Don't forget, Fan Run Radio Listener Watch Party. We are taking the day off. It's a 3-day weekend for the drive. We will be watching USA versus Australia in the World Cup. The game starts right at 3 p.m. So Fan Run is going to be at Barley's in the Old City. William Pattison in the playbook, broadcasting live from 1 to 3. And then we're going to watch the game with us. So if you're tuning in and you hear Fox National programming, you're like, where are the boys? We're at Barley's. Not going to be drinking as much as the Scots do down there.
We drank beer. I liked beer.
Speak for
Still
yourself.
like beer.
Well, Bob will be tanked. If you want to see Bob Baskerville completely out of control, absolutely 3 sheets to the wind drunk, come on out and see that. That should be really fun.
Smashed!
And we can watch a little football. You feel good about this game against the Aussies, Walker?
I think they're going to make it uncomfortable for us. I mean, Australia, well, kind of like you'd think they're just scrappy and they will always play a close game. So I don't think they're going to roll over and just start fouling us and try and bait us into stuff like what happened against the last team we played, who I'm blanking on right now. But I think we'll have our work cut out for us. We're not going to show up and score 4 goals.
Let's go to the Fan Run breaking news desk. On 3's Brett McMurphy reports Florida State and Georgia will play an out-of-conference game against each other in 2028 in Nashville.
New stadium.
Other cities considered were Atlanta, Charlotte, Miami, New Orleans, Orlando, and Tampa. See, I mean, that new stadium, they're going to have a lot of these neutral site games there. And I know Tennessee fans don't particularly care for the neutral site games. I don't either. Games in Neyland are special. We should want to have as many as we can. However, playing in Nashville is not the same as playing in Atlanta, right?
No, it's home field advantage.
It's
for
our
us in
state.
Nashville.
It's about the same distance from Knoxville if you're traveling, but it's our state. And I said this years ago when the debate of whether or not to build the new stadium in Nashville was taking place. I think it can be the way LSU uses the Superdome as kind of a home away from home. LSU fans love to go down there and party, and Nashville has similar vibes, man. I think it's a great party town. It's going to be a lot. The problem with playing those games in Nashville was not necessarily just it being it's playing in Nissan in September or December just sucks because of the weather. If the Music City Bowl is always gray, cold, and overcast, and those games, that Bowling Green game, it's like playing on the surface of the sun. Same thing when we played Virginia there, man.
Right.
I've been there for those games. That is miserable. Now you got a chance to play it indoors in the comfort of 72-degree weather. I mean, think about how refreshing it's going to feel. Excuse me. When you come in off the street where it is going to be 95 degrees, you've been out in the tailgate partying all day in the sunshine, and maybe you've had a couple of beverages, you're a little dehydrated. So it'll feel good to get inside, right? And then you'll be good to go for the game. So I'm not saying we play there every single year, but I would like to, and you've got to, the opponent is everything. That's a big game, man. Florida State and Georgia. That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Hopefully Florida State can get their act together. But I don't know, Bob, are you with me? If you're not, it's fine. But because I'm trying to think of who would be a good opponent to play there. I would love to see Tennessee play, let's go big or go home. We talk about Ohio State and recruiting against them for David Gabriel George and everything. Let's do it. What I don't want is to see Florida State, Georgia, these other SEC schools get a foothold in our state.
I'll tell you who I'd love to see. They would probably never abide by it, but I'd love to see a Tennessee Notre Dame matchup in Nashville.
That would be juicy. That would be juicy. I like it.
That'd be awesome. But I'm sure Notre Dame would be like, you know what? I'd be willing to say, let's do, kind of the equivalent of a home and home. Like we'll do one here.
Yeah.
And we'll do one in Chicago.
Yeah. That's interesting. I was thinking you do one, and we do this in basketball. I feel like we've done it where, okay, one in Knoxville, one in South Bend, one in Nashville.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would work too.
Notre Dame might look at that as like a 2-for-1 for them. That might be a non-starter, but I don't know, Michigan, some of these, Indiana.
Yeah, you got to include Indiana in the conversation now. It's weird for me to say that, but yes. And whenever the Colts play in Nashville against the Titans, there's a huge contingent of Hoosiers that come to that game. So they'll travel, particularly if it's in Nashville. That could be a great game.
I just don't think these neutral site games are going to go away anytime soon. I think we've got one next year. Do we play West Virginia and Charlotte again next year?
That sounds right. Yeah.
It's just that is a terrible matchup.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to go to Charlotte. You talk about another outdoor stadium that's hotter than the surface of the sun in late August, early September, to watch us play West Virginia. Now, maybe Rich Rod gets them going again. I think that's kind of cute. And we do owe them one from 2018, I believe.
Will Greer.
But come on, man. I mean, that's a game that you talk about what would be a good home and home. I think our fans would like to go up to West Virginia and check that out.
Oh, yeah. I love that idea.
Charlotte, not so much.
No.
I can do without. Brian says, we don't care if players know Cam Coleman, but do they know Chaz Coleman? Did I call Chaz Coleman Cam?
I saw that too.
Trey did.
I did?
No, Trey
Oh,
did.
Trey did. Oh, come on, Trey.
Trey sucks.
Whoa. I was going to offer some friendly encouragement. You had to go to DEFCON 1 right away.
We love Trey. I'm just kidding.
If I can talk about Trey for a second, that was the funniest thing about Trey when we worked with him for a year or two here at Fan Run is like, we'd be sitting out there breaking balls as we do, just like talking junk to each other like guys do.
Yeah.
But there's always like, the line not to cross with your buddies, wives and girlfriends offline, that's not okay, out of bounds, mothers.
Stuff that Bear's oblivious to.
A little bit that too. But Trey too would be like, hey Trey, nice haircut. Where'd you get that one? But he'd be like, I'll murder your family. Like he would always just immediately go to DEFCON 1.
That's awesome.
Watching Trey and Bear try to break balls was just, that was like, I should have filmed it. I should have filmed it. It was amazing. Yes. Truly great stuff.
I wish I could have seen that.
All right. We'll take a quick timeout right here. 865-966-3435, your phone number. What do you think about playing neutral site games in Nashville? Are there any neutral sites? We can all agree Charlotte sucks, right?
I've never been, but
no offense.
I'll buy into it.
You never been to Charlotte, period, or just that stadium?
Just that stadium.
It's not great.
It's not a good. Nobody wants to do that.
I think Charlotte's a good town myself.
It's okay. Atlanta's better. Like if we're gonna do it, I'd rather do it in Atlanta. Nashville, I think, could actually be good. I don't think people really want to do Atlanta or Charlotte anymore. They might not want to do Nashville at all. There might be no, appetite for this either. But I'd be curious. 865-966-3435. Your thoughts, neutral site games going forward, as Jeremy Pruitt liked to say back in the day. We'll be right back.
All right.
More of your phone calls after this.
The Drive.
The Drive, weekday afternoons from 3 to 6 on Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
Hey Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Where are the best ribs in the Volunteer State? Rickard Ridge. Who has the best barbecue catering packages in East Tennessee? Rickard Ridge. And where is the most beautiful setting to enjoy a meal with family and friends? Rickard Ridge. Rickard Ridge Barbecue. Just a quick ride up I-75, take exit 134, hang a right, and Rickard Ridge is on your left, just inside Cove Lake State Park.
A brand.
Wanted Dooley to win, then they'd have 6 years of hot takes about shower discipline and sideline padding integrity.
It's true.
What an idiot.
That's a good point. The worst thing that could happen for Georgia would be for them to have stupid, dishonest, incompetent leadership.
Yes.
So, if you really want bad things to happen, maybe that was the way to play that one. Another person says that's the only way they can get a good team on the home sidelines in Nashville is to schedule a college neutral site game. Then this is Bachwinkle again. He's on a roll here today. Says, don't give Amy Adams Strunk any more money for running an inept franchise. Going to Nissan when Neyland is available is like driving a Neon when there's an Escalade in the driveway.
And then on X, Vol in Birmingham says, I would like to go play Arkansas State home and home.
Be kind.
God.
I mean, if Butch wants to come in here and take an ass whooping and we throw them some money, because I guess you could talk me into doing that, but Tennessee has no earthly reason to go to Jonesboro, Arkansas to play a football game. Ever.
It's true. Sounds like it's time to bid adieu to country roads.
Is it a final now?
Sounds like it. Yep. Wow. Got a little wild late. 5-run 7th inning for West Virginia, but they lose 12-7.
Those games can get so crazy, man. I was telling a friend of mine who's actually an Alabama fan, although we don't let that come between us. Over the weekend before they played their first game, and was not going well for them. And I said, look, man, like, take it from me. I've seen this a lot in recent years. You get to Omaha, anything can happen.
Yeah.
Look at what's going on with Oklahoma right now. Just hang around. Don't give up, and see if it can get wild, man. See if you can get to a team's bullpen and have a 5-run inning. Happens all the time.
Man. That was a great run for West Virginia.
Yeah, it really was, man. They're impressive, man. I mean, for such a small state, and I've never, to my knowledge, set foot in the state of West Virginia, but I mean, they've got, with Bob Huggins and everything, they had some exciting basketball teams for a while there. Football, going back to, was it Don Nalen, their coach?
That's right.
When I was growing up, I mean, they had then the Rich Rod Renaissance there, that team with, was it Steve Slayton and Pat White?
Oh, God. Was that the one that hung 70
Yes.
on Clemson?
Yeah, I mean, that team was great. And now they've got baseball. For being a little old, out of the way, middle of nowhere program with cannot have tremendous resources unless I'm missing something.
And their basketball program, I think, is on the way back. They had a new coach in his first year, Russ Hodge, this year, and they were very, very competitive. And I think he's got them steered in the right direction. So they'll probably be bouncing back in basketball too. I felt had, and I know I dwell on this stuff a lot, but I love it. We've talked about Carolina. I think West Virginia's uniform game for baseball was pretty nice.
It's a good color scheme, the gold and blue.
The navy blue.
If you can get it right, there's a lot of good possibilities there.
Blue and gold. It is a good color scheme. I mean, it's the color scheme of Michigan, which is the only downside of it, but
theirs is more like that maize and blue, that highlighter yellow.
Yeah, I need a darker yellow.
Yeah, that's what WV's is.
Do you think that pro cities, you have sports like, should you try and keep the same colors for your teams across different sports? Because
it's only Pittsburgh that does that, right?
Pittsburgh does. The Penguins and the Steelers are both like gold and black.
So are the Pirates.
That's pretty cool, right? I would enjoy that. Is that the only city that does that?
I think so.
It used to be the LA Kings were purple and gold like the Lakers, and their logo was very similar, the lettering and everything, to the Lakers. But then they changed when Gretzky got there.
Yeah, they went silver
and black. Yeah,
which they had the Raiders at the time.
Yeah,
which I guess there's some crossover there. Because I know Nashville has the Predators and their soccer team, Nashville SC, both have the navy blue and gold color scheme, but obviously the Titans have gone a different way.
New York, Knicks and Mets.
Okay. Which, of course, the Mets were designed as a combination of, because an expansion franchise, it was supposed to be, they wanted it to be basically be a replacement team for the Giants and the Dodgers.
Mm-hmm.
And so they combined the blue of the Dodgers with the orange of the Giants.
Interesting.
But yeah, that's always struck me as odd. Like, as a college sports fan, you have your favorite college team. Those are your colors. That's what you wear. You don't have to worry about it ever changing. It never would change. If you grow up in Philadelphia or New York, like, depending on who your teams are, you're a Jets fan and a Yankees fan And an Islanders fan, you're going to have a completely different wardrobe for every sport.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's cool that, I mean, black and gold is just a good color scheme anyway for the Pittsburgh teams. So it just looks cool across all their teams. Like, I don't know, it'd be weird if like everyone was blue and orange, I feel like, in New York. Like, it's a good color scheme, but only because we associate it with the Knicks.
Jeremy Sanders on the YouTube chat says, I want to play Russ's all-time favorite coach, James Franklin. I don't know why he's my all-time favorite coach, but okay. I mean, people, I feel like people try and force the Tennessee-Virginia Tech rivalry. I've just never seen it. I mean, we played them twice. Well, we played them in Peyton's freshman year, the 94 Gator Bowl, and then the battle at Bristol, which was kind of cool.
The Bristol battle was awesome.
As a one-off, I don't think you're going to do that more. And it seemed like that was such a massive undertaking for that speedway. I remember they brought in like thousands of tons of gravel just to lay a field across and all that stuff. I don't know that Bruton Smith and whoever runs that speedway wants to go down that road again.
Maybe, but they just tried to do an MLB game there last year that it looked really cool. And if it hadn't monsooned during the Reds-Braves game, it probably would have gone pretty well. It's just more about the getting in and out of Bristol was a huge problem for that Battle of Bristol game against Virginia Tech, and it probably would have been a problem for the MLB game last year. It even still was with the rain out and everything. I don't know if we'll see it again, but they might try some other stuff like that.
That was the Kamara glow up
the smile game.
That was the AK smile game.
God.
It was also, was it Darren Kirkland, the linebacker that we had such high hopes for, I think ended up shredding his ankle or twisting his ankle badly and just had one of those high ankle sprains that never healed, and he was no good the entire season.
I don't even remember him.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
gotten to the point. David Gabriel George making it official today. He has canceled his visit to Georgia, which is scheduled this weekend. He is down to 3 schools: Tennessee, Ohio State, and Ole Miss. He will announce his decision 5 weeks from today on July 22nd. And this just feels like a can't-lose guy if you're Josh Heupel and the Volunteers.
Yeah, he's the biggest non-quarterback recruit he would have gotten, at least in my mind. You have Tristan Keys this last cycle, who we're forgetting about how highly touted he was before we snuck him or we got him away from LSU to come here. But from a skill position spot, he'd probably be the most hyped guy Heupel had brought in on either receiver or running back.
Yeah, he'd be right up there, Walker. I just think, if you're Ohio State, you don't get him, you're going to go on to another 5-star. Like they've got money, they've got the pedigree right now in college football. They'll be fine. I understand Ole Miss, like you probably have a lot to sell there. It's like, look, we were in the college football playoff last year. We're a breath away from playing for a national championship. And we've got Kejuan Lacey. This is his last year. You slide right in, and we're going to keep this train rolling. I just have a hard time seeing him go from Canada to Chattanooga to Ole Miss. That one would, if he goes to Ole Miss, it's going to hurt, but if he goes to Ohio State, yeah, it would be a kick in the teeth, but I kind of understand it. They're one of the it schools right now. If he went to Ole Miss, you talk about a meltdown of epic proportions on those recruiting message boards, that would be ugly.
Yeah. That'd be bad. Well, you mentioned earlier we've been kind of getting over on Ohio State for a lot of these big guys. I mean, we talked a lot about Chaz Coleman with Trey Wallace, that might not end up working out, but we still got him from Big Bad Ohio State.
Yeah, and Sanders. Of course, the name escapes me now, the kid who committed here and then flipped to Ohio State.
In football?
Yeah.
Recently?
Yeah.
What position? Was it, you know it from?
He was
Anything?
an athlete.
Legend Bay.
Legend Bay.
Oh, yeah, because he signed his letter of intent, and then we granted his release.
How could you forget the name Legend Bay?
Just
Always
'cause-
be right there on the tip of your tongue.
Because he stuck it to us.
Then you just automatically wrote him off.
Exactly.
That's a good point.
You can't do that. You never know, man. Maybe he gets over there. He's buried on the depth chart, wants to come home.
That's true.
You got to keep these doors open. Never burn bridges in this recruiting game. I learned that a long time ago with Tyler Smith, man.
Carnell Tate. Jeremy Sanders just put that one out there.
What about him?
Well, we lost out on him.
Oh, yeah, the recruiting battle. Yeah.
Where's he from? Carnell Tate?
Chicago?
Yep.
Chicago kid?
But he played at IMG
Wow.
his last year.
Yeah.
Now he's a Titan.
Now he is. I hear good things about him, man. Had a pretty good rookie mini camp last week.
Ooh.
Showing out at the OTAs. Mr. Tate.
Cam Ward's new favorite target.
How you going to cover him, Bobby? You can't cover Carnell Tate. Let me talk myself into it. People want to know how the preparations for the 3-on-3 are going, Bob. Are we ready? We've been watching the film. Ready to go?
I went and played a little last night just to get some reps in.
Mm-hmm.
Bad choice, man.
Oh, no.
Are you like feeling it this morning? Or
No, I feel fine. I just played like trash. It was not fun.
You gotta get that out of your system.
I hope so, because I'd been playing pretty well leading up till last night. That was not good. So now I take a break. I'll be just doing some cardio and whatnot leading up till Saturday.
I don't know how I feel about this, Bobby. You need to get out there and get some shots up and find your rhythm again.
I'll be fine.
Trust the process.
Yeah.
Bob knows his body.
Yeah. So doing a little cycling class tomorrow.
Okay.
Good for the knees.
A little sauna work on Friday, and then
Great.
and then Saturday it's on.
But you got to build up to these things, right? You can't just jump out there. You got to be in good physical condition. Your body is a temple, Bob.
I don't know.
Not quite a temple. Might be caving in, but
yeah, I was gonna say
temple nevertheless.
Yeah. But we got 4 games on Saturday. 4 games, pool play.
What are they like? What's the format? Is it games to a certain number? Is
10-minute because of the amount of teams on Saturday, it's 10-minute halves. Okay, so it's again, the whole notion is we got about 5 or 6 guys. You go hard for 2-3 minutes at a time and then step out.
Line changes.
80 minutes worth of basketball you got to fill.
Yeah, which is not a problem. It's the time spent in between that's gonna.
Not a lot of rest in between, or too much?
No, too much.
Oh,
tighten up.
Speaking of hoops, did you guys see the John Rothstein tweet today? SEC returning, this is basketball, returning scoring by percentage.
Yeah, I saw that.
So how much of your scoring did you lose last year? How much are you bringing back? Obviously, we're going to be down the list, right?
Yeah.
Who do you think is number one?
As far as they losing the least amount?
Yeah, returning scoring.
Florida.
Go Gator.
Yeah, it's got to be Florida.
87.1% of their scoring back from a team. And a lot of those guys played on their national championship team the year before.
Yeah.
So that doesn't seem fair. Oh, well, it is what it is. Tennessee returns 8.2% of our scoring from last season. We have only South Carolina and LSU, which returns 0% of their scoring last year. Only South Carolina and lowly LSU have less returning scoring than Tennessee does. Does that give you pause?
No, not really. I'm not concerned. I mean, because if you look at those numbers, just a notch or two above us is Arkansas, and they're loaded. In a lot of preseason rankings, they're ahead of us in the rankings. So, it's well chronicled what we have coming in. So I'm not too concerned about it, honestly. It's more. I'd say the one thing that would concern me is it's a reminder that underscores the potential for lack of team chemistry because you have so many new guys. That's all.
I mean, we've seen Calipari deal with it for years, going back to his time at Kentucky, where they would kind of stumble out of the gates. And on the good years, he would be able to get it going by the end of the season.
Yeah.
But there were a lot of times where even good teams that he ended up having weren't great from the get-go. And I wonder if that's something that we'll have to deal with. The other thing that caught my eye about this list, Florida by far the most returning percentage scoring, 87.1% of their scoring from last year is back next season. Number 2 on that list was Georgia, 47%. So Florida, the only team that returns over half their scoring from last season, and it's 87%. Like 87% drop off to 47%. That's a huge gap. I mean, Florida is just such an anomaly next season.
Yeah. I mean, they were just in a position where all their players were really good, but they weren't highly touted players in a draft that's really good in the NBA. Like, if it was a regular year, Condon probably does go to the draft. Chinyelu probably does go to the draft. But because they're not projected lottery picks, I'm sure they have plenty of money for basketball right now. They'll bring everyone back. Try and go for 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
Rothstein, by the way, he has his, I guess he calls it his top 45 out. He ranks the top 45 teams in college basketball, and he's got Tennessee 12th nationally. Projected starting 5, Terrence Hill Jr., Day Ames, Juke Harris, Jalen Harrelson, and Miles Rubin.
That's the starting 5 I would project too. I still think Lundblade will get many, many minutes, but I'd see him coming off the bench.
I don't think it really matters right
Correct.
now who starts. I think there's plenty of minutes to go around, and it's about who finishes and all that. Those basketball cliches we talked about. I do wonder, though, we talked with Phil earlier about the buzz around Jalen Harrelson. Also some buzz around Dwayne Brown right now.
Mm-hmm.
And, he surprised the hell out of me last year. Like, I wasn't expecting him to play hardly at all.
Yeah.
And he ended up being a pretty key rotational piece. And, it wouldn't shock me if he ends up starting ahead of Miles Rubin.
No, I think that could happen. I could see that too, because for the very reasons we were talking about earlier is like, does Barnes want one of his culture guys, and he doesn't have many of them that held over from last year? Does he want one of them kind of anchoring the starting 5? If that happens, it's going to be Dwayne Brown.
Yeah, well, I mean, we talked a lot during the whole portal process as we kept losing guys. I remember at one point we had like 7 or 8 guys. First of all, we had, I think, 12 guys who could have come back. And I said at the time, I'd be comfortable with all of them coming back. I know it won't happen because it's college basketball and things change, but there wasn't anybody off last year's team that could have come back that I was necessarily looking to run off. And it just kept whittling down like, okay, now we got 10 guys. Now we got 7 guys back. Now we got 5. Now we got 4. It ended up being what? Do we have 4 guys back? It was like, or was it 2 or 3? 2?
Yeah.
Brown and Henderson?
That's it. If you count the walk-ons, then there's 4.
And 2 guys coming back. And the concern as that scenario played out was culture.
Yep.
Are you going to be able to maintain that thing that was handed down, right, from Grant and Admiral to Fulkerson, who handed it down to Triple J, who handed it down to Zakai, and it just kept perpetuating itself. Well, we don't really have that. Can Dwayne Brown be enough? Is that talking point overrated? I don't know, but it's going to be an interesting thing to kind of follow the next couple of months.
Mm-hmm. It will be. It will be. Staying on basketball, I know we got to hit a break. We still got to talk a little about the latest. The draft is less than a week away now. And
is it?
Where's Nate Ament? Where are you going to go?
I mean, I'm guessing he's going to be a very wealthy man a week from now. So if he isn't already, which he probably is. All right, quick timeout. The shocking conclusion of the drive coming up. Speak now, forever hold your peace. 865-966-3435. 966-3435. It's Fan Run Radio. Back to wrap things up right after this.
The Drive.
Miss any of your favorite Fan Run show? Listen to the podcast on our free Fan Run radio app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Is your yard starting to look more wild than welcoming? Yeah, don't let your landscape be that house on the block. At ECR Total Landscapes, we make sure your outdoor space is something you're proud of. From de-weeding flower beds to leaf blowing, trimming, mulching, and more, completely customizable to your property's specific needs. We'll handle it all. Why spend your weekends sweating it out in the yard when you can just sit back and enjoy it? That's the ECR difference. And right now, new customers can get 10% off your first month of our monthly maintenance package when you sign up for a full calendar year. That's right. Consistent, reliable service at a price that makes it easy to get started. No sweat, no hassle, just a better looking lawn week after week. Call ECR Total Landscapes today and mention promo code FANRUN to save 10% on your first month. Call 865-384-2012 or visit us online at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Are you ready to show off that confident, radiant smile you've always dreamed of? Well, here at Knoxville Smiles, we're ready to turn your dream into a reality. At Knoxville Smiles, we're more than just a dental practice. We're your partners in achieving optimum oral health. From routine cleanings and checkups to advanced cosmetics and restorative procedures, we offer a wide range of services in an environment that makes every visit a positive and comfortable experience. At Knoxville Smiles, it's about more than just treatments. We're focused on creating a welcoming environment where you feel like family. Our state-of-the-art facilities are designed with your comfort in mind, and our friendly staff is always ready to address your questions and concerns. Don't wait any longer to achieve a beautiful smile you deserve. Schedule your appointment at Knoxville Smiles today and take that first step towards a healthier, happier you. Call us at 865-539-1776 to book your appointment today, or just visit our website at knoxvillesmiles.com.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Package studio tomorrow. Got a couple of guys. Yeah, we're going to go on a bender with Bill, our old pal Bill Bender of the Sporting News. We'll get a little bit of the Big Ten perspective of everything that's transpired in the college football universe the past couple of weeks, and a couple of other guests we're chasing for you as well. Should have a humdinger of a program for you. No show on Friday. We will be at our watch party for the USA-Australia game, Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria in the Old City. We would love to see you out there. Come on out and join us as we'll be hanging out maybe on the patio. That was a nice time on the patio.
I agree.
The baseball game. I guess depending on the weather, how hot it is and everything, but maybe inside. Either way, it will be a wonderful time to be had by all. And I've already heard from a couple of people who are going to be there. So looking forward to seeing everybody down at Barley's on Friday. Bob, you were saying before the break there, the NBA draft fast approaching. Of course, we're wondering where Nate Ament is going to end up. What is the latest for our spectacular five-star freshman who we wish were playing one more year for the Vols?
No kidding. Well, you can tell it's getting close. Tennessee basketball just dropped a highlight reel of Nate for, kind of a 4-year consideration type of thing, which I thought was cool. But yeah, there's, if you recall, I've been a little hard on this guy, and the guy's credentialed, and somebody
got beef.
I got beef with Kevin O'Connor, man, because this is the guy from Yahoo who started all this madness. Now it's been about 6 weeks ago where he was saying, I don't know if Nate Ament's a lottery pick at this point, and he probably should stay. And that started a big back and forth. And well, obviously we know
our fans handled that really well on social media, I'm sure.
Exactly. And we know the rest. Nate has entered the draft. O'Connor was the same guy like 3 weeks ago who then said, I actually see this guy going possibly to the Brooklyn Nets with the 6th overall pick. Well, now he's dropped his latest mock draft just yesterday on Yahoo. And he now has Nate Ament falling out of the lottery to the 15th pick.
Jeez.
To the Chicago Bulls.
So this guy's all over the place with Nate.
Yeah, I'm just paying more attention to like Matt Norlander at CBS has one that we've seen, 2 teams we've seen Nate projected to a lot, depending on what service you look at, is at the 10 pick to the Milwaukee Bucks and at the 12th pick to the Oklahoma City Thunder.
I know the money's not the same. It feels like the Thunder, for all the criticism they get for the way they play and everything, it feels like an organization that has it all together right now.
Yes, and it would give him a chance because we all feel this way. Nate needs a little more time to develop. We were hoping it would have been here in Knoxville, but the Thunder is a team that can shoulder that. The Bucks are going to be trash, particularly if they trade Giannis, which it sounds like they're going to. So if he went at 10 to the Bucks, he'd probably make a little bit more money than at the 12th pick. I'd prefer to see him go to Oklahoma City. Walker, any thoughts on this?
Walker's too busy in ecstasy watching his guy Marcus Rashford put it away for England right now in Croatia.
Manchester United. I wouldn't want to see him go to Oklahoma City.
Really?
No, I just think he'd get buried over there. They have a lot of decisions, and I think I'd rather go to him go to a place where he'll play.
It's a balance, right? Like where the minutes available versus. I mean, it just seems like there are so many organizations that just have their collective head up their rear end.
Yeah.
And you don't want to see a guy like Nate, especially, who's got everything so dialed in, end up in a dysfunctional situation.
I would counter with these are not apples to apples positional situations, but Oklahoma City's got some guys that they probably are going to run a really good risk of losing to free agency. Lou Dort, Isaiah Hardenstein. Those guys there's a good chance they may not be there. Possibly I've heard the name Jalen Williams, not the Arkansas Jalen Williams, but the Santa Clara Jalen Williams.
Good one.
Yeah, the good one, possibly being in some trade talks because Oklahoma City's always playing the long game. They love draft capital. Yeah. So I don't know. I think I get your point, Walker, but he may not be buried quite as much as we would think if you just look at their current roster versus what it could be.
Yeah, you're probably right there. I don't want him to get caught up in all the negativity and hate people have towards Oklahoma City.
I think if he shows up, Spurs might have taken some of that from him.
Yeah.
I think that'll pass. I mean, I think that was more just because everyone wanted to see the Knicks win, and it's how that goes sometimes with the media. But even like if Nate becomes a big figure with the Oklahoma City, if he realizes that potential, he might get swept up in the whole people hating Shea, people not liking Chet, all that type of deal.
Yeah.
And I'd just rather see him go to somewhere else and, kind of tread water for a little bit and be a part of a younger core that can go win later.
I just wonder from Oklahoma City's perspective, they've already got Holmgren. You going to have another skeleton, skin and bones guy? Like, do you worry about a general lack of sturdiness in your lineup at that point?
That's fair. I don't love the concept of him going to the Bucks, and I do not like the concept. I don't even care about it being outside the lottery. But going to the Bulls, man, the Bulls have proven time and again that they're
a clueless organization.
They're clueless, and they're going to have the number 4 pick, so they're likely. It appears they're probably going to get Caleb Wilson.
Yeah.
So then you've got another guy who those are similar positions, right? I think Wilson and Nate are similar. So, I mean, Wilson's got a bigger build, but still it's that type of player. So I don't know, man. I hope he ends up at OKC, but we'll see. Or maybe he'll surprise everybody and go a little higher, like O'Connor once said before he changed his mind yet again.
I'm sure that those guys are just parroting things that they're hearing from their sources inside teams. Like they don't have a. I'm sure Kevin O'Connor. I would hope he has nothing against Nate Amon. How could you have anything against Nate Amon? But I'm sure he's just hearing things and figuring that into his quote unquote predictions.
Yeah.
Boy, England looks good, Walker.
Yeah, Bears
pretty
English
good.
side.
I predicted them to win it.
I still think it's England. They'll always fall flat on their face at some point late
I think
in the tournament.
I think Tuchel's what they need.
We'll see.
That kind of leadership.
Yeah, you were a
Who's
big
this guy
Tuchel
they've got playing on the right side with like the thing around his chin and up on his head? Have you seen this guy?
Yeah, I was wondering what that is.
Noni Madueke?
It's not Madueke. He's got dreads. He's a real tall, thin guy, African-American young man.
Oh, who is this?
But he's got like it almost looks like one of those headgear things. Like, I don't know if you guys ever had braces, but like the thing you're supposed to wear at night, like hooks in.
Mm-hmm.
It then has a strap around the top of your head.
On the right? Maybe it's not Saka, is it?
I don't know. That's not Bukayo Saka, Bob.
Oh, no, of course it's not.
I'll find out. I should know this guy.
Saw where Josh Reynolds, former Tennessee pitching coach, has resurfaced at Virginia Tech. He's going to be their director of pitching performance, whatever that means. I don't know if that's the head guy in charge or if he's going back to what he was doing when Frank was here, kind of the pitching assistant.
I'd probably guess pitching assistant role. I don't know if he would go laterally straight to pitching coach. Isn't Virginia Tech also are they historically a decent baseball school? I feel like they should. I feel like they are. Maybe I'm wrong.
I'm not familiar with their baseball pedigree.
Okay. I could just be pulling this out of thin air.
And then Big Dog, West Tennessee, says regarding David Gabriel George, he's not going to Ole Miss. According to Lane, the Old South is still too prevalent in Oxford.
It's true.
I think Josh Heupel would play that card, would he?
Whatever it takes, man.
Okay. Just completely trash the entire state of Mississippi and their flagship university. I'm not against it. Win at all costs.
I like it.
All right.
I like it.
I like it too, Walker. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Bob.
Yes,
that's going to do it for us as we get up on out of here. Appreciate Walker Smith, all his hard work here behind the glass in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. 3 to 6 tomorrow, Fan Run Radio. We'll be right here. Started off early. John